All right, so this is session 70, Code Lands Hope and Despair. Give you a quick little recap of our last session here. Got my little cliff notes over here. Last session started off basically with Diddy's dream that he had the night before, to where I think you pretty much determined it was your God kind of speaking to you through visions. Is that correct, Diddy? And basically, she showed him a vision of some kind of foreign place with all his compatriots were fighting a battle. As he came closer to the battlefield, he basically saw every one of his party members dead, throat slit, eyes gouged out, impaled on a piece of steel. All of them just different forms of death on this battlefield. And then he himself was struck down by a Slotty himself. And then the ground opened up, and he fell into this big chasm of chaotic. Not sure what it was. Oh yeah, you also saw some kind of weird eel-looking creatures in the sky that your God was kind of pointing to, and then you awoke on top of the barn, out next to your campsite. So I'm sure I missed a lot more details, but Diddy basically had that dream at the start of the session, and I think he shared with the rest of the group his visions, and they tried to interpret what exactly it meant. And I think, long story short, Diddy pretty much said that you guys are heading into a battle that you're not sure if you can win. Is that kind of what you said? Is that correct? I'll take that as a yes. See, after his dream, let's see what. Oh, he also shared with the group about his exploration down the mines. That he was all paranoid that there was Slotty down there. It was not Slotty. It was actually Umber Hulk. So he shared that with everybody, and the fact that he met some of the gnomes in town.
But they could have been Slotty.
They could have been. That's right, but they were not.
Pretty sure we killed them all.
Yep.
While you were gallivanting.
After that, you guys headed back into town. That's when you guys come up with I forget what I called the method, Usilameyer method, whatever you called it. That's where they tried to cure Toman. It was Toman, Silith, and Buttercup. Those were the three that you guys thought were infested with the Slotty eggs. And they came up with
a bunch of people in town.
Yep, and a bunch of people in town. That's correct. They came up with the method of polymorphing them into a small body using locate creature, as I recall. And then Quarren was there to basically beat the shit out of anything that came out of them, which sometimes included a little puddle of blood on a table, as I recall. But long story short, that was a successful method. The folks at the infirmary were starting to use that method. They just had to find enough people with high enough spell levels to cast that on some of the refugees that were in town from Injast. What else? Oh yes, Silith met briefly his betrothed, his wife to be, the little gnome by the name of Sione, and along with her father, Joan Path. They visited. I think it was before you actually did the procedure.
I've met her twice.
Met her twice.
Before and after, and she was like, "Oh damn it, he didn't." Once when I was locked in there, and the second time when we left, he passed her on the street, and she was hoping I was dead.
Yep.
Under her breath. Just saying, I still think she's a little gnomish vampire.
Yeah, it's a little.
And remember, this is important for you to know, Petey. This is the kind of character Silith is. His agreement with the girl's father is that after they save the world, when he returns to the town, he'll marry his daughter. Silith will never come back to this town.
And he got a magic item out of that as kind of like a dowry or something like that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. All right, see, what else? After you guys healed everybody on your way back, Twig recognized Joan Path from his days in Telflam, but that was about the extent of... I'm not sure if all you guys even know that, because he confronted him in private, but Twig did recognize him under a different name, as I recall. From there, you guys went back to the Squeaky Tinker, got yourself all cleaned up, got the blood and guts off of you from the exploding people in the infirmary and from the battle from the night before. Went back with Jodel and Brevin and Kudwar. They kind of explained the process of how the Gemcore extractor would be complete, which, as I recall, they said was going to be probably complete by noon today. So you guys should have that within your possession. Along with that, they gave you a magical pendant, where the Gemcore extractor, the drill itself, could be stored upon. Brevin also shared his plans for going to Limbo and back to the spawning stone, where you guys are headed next. And that pretty much entailed using the Mucklestone gates, as someone's yelling out the directions how to get there. The Mucklestone Gate, we're going to use that to travel to the astral plane to basically use the return potions at that point. Return potions for you, Petey, is basically it's a magical concoction that one of the gnomes here in the village can make that they basically can pour a drop of it any location in Faerun, and then anytime in the future if they drink that potion, it'll transport them back to that location. So again, Brevin's idea was to use the Mucklestones to find a gate to the plane of limbo and then drop a little drop there, so that will be their exit point once they come back. Then travel back to the material plane and go to Yeshomar, to an adamantine citadel, which is basically a private, hidden, secret, I guess, barracks, whatever you want to call it, of the Gith. And that has a teleportation that goes right to one of their main cities within the plane of limbo. And from there they will secure a Gith ship and use that to transport their way towards the spawning stone. Let's see, what else did I miss? Oh, once they extract the gem core from the spawning stone, then they'll use the return potions to teleport back to that location where that gate is and then get their way back to Mucklestones. The reason for that, because the entire town of where these Gith live have basically a ward that prevents any kind of teleportation into the city itself. So using a teleportation to get into the city is pretty much prohibited, except for this one dedicated portal that is within the adamantine citadel of the Gith. Okay? I know it's a lot of information, because there was a lot of role-playing, a lot of me talking, given where the story's going next. Any questions on any of that, guys? Okay. Nope. I'll take that as a no. Alright, so we'll pick back up. Let me switch maps here to the town of Mucklestones. And we'll let you guys pick up from there.
I'm assuming at this point the any temporary hits that we had.
You gotta get a little closer to your microphone, Tolman. I barely heard you.
He was trying to pass gas without being noticed.
Temporary hit points, I'm sure, have faded away. I just noticed I had temporary hit points up, so I just got rid of them. I'm assuming those would have faded by now.
No, those are good until your next long rest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got those from the Squeaky Tinker while you were in there getting pampered.
That's right. I forgot about that. Excellent.
Hi, guys.
Robert Half treatment.
So at this point, you guys are all basically there meeting with Jodel and Brevin and Cudwar in the morning, having your discussion about what's to happen next. What do you guys want to do from here? It's probably about 10 a.m. right now.
Trying to think what we had just had the whole update and all that.
Yeah. So we gotta get the drill when it's ready, and then head off to that Elven
No,
City.
you have
right?
the drill. You have the drill
well
and the
then.
thing in the necklace.
Nope, not yet.
Woohoo.
You said about 10 a.m. They said it
Yeah,
should
we were
be
going to
complete
leave it.
by
I
noon.
thought, what was it now? We need it. We're at the gem. Here's the slide. Oh yeah, the drill. Where do we leave it? Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
no, I'll
yes,
just
the
wait
neck-
for it to be. I got the necklace, like, yeah.
You have the necklace. Okay, sorry.
Yes, you guys have about a couple more hours before the gem core extractor is supposed to be done. That's what Cudwar told you.
Yep.
So is there anything you want to do for the next couple hours? Go and tell me now. Otherwise, we'll jump ahead in time to when this thing could potentially be done.
I'm going to go enjoy a nice frosty ale.
Okay. And where are you going for that?
Who knows the next time we'll be there. Nearest, if the traveling wagon's going around near, I'll grab that. If not, there's tavern.
Yeah, that's a good point. This pub is usually right around here, around noontime. Right about here, sorry. I had to move it. That's where it was when Diddy fell off of it last time, down to the south. All right, anybody else going to join Toman, or is he going there by himself?
I'm going for a drink, guys. Who knows when we'll be back?
Do you remember what happened last time Sylph went there?
That's why I'm asking.
Hey.
It's 10 a.m.
I'm not a babysitter. You can't hold your liquor. You can't hold your liquor. I'm going for a drink.
Ursula's going to go try to get a short rest in while he's waiting. Recover some of his mana.
So it's definitely gonna go nap.
Okay. Remember, the Twig gave away your rooms to some of the refugees, so if you're going to sleep somewhere. It's either in the street or back at your campsite that Twig set up for you guys.
Well, I think Silith isn't going to let anyone take his room. He's not the kind of guy that would maybe give up a free room.
Okay, so as you show up at your room, Silith, you'll notice that there are a couple, not gnomes, but they are humans. Actually, there's a couple on the bed and there's a couple on the floor that are just kind of resting and sleeping it off. Refugees from Injast.
Silith's going to be like, what are you doing in my room?
A couple of them are going to kind of wake up and rub their eyes. So they told us we could sleep here. They said some little gnome guy paid for it.
And Silith's going to hold out the key to the room that he has. My key, my room.
Now, you wouldn't have had a key at this point.
Oh, I thought I would have.
No.
I remember checking out. Oh, did that happen while I wasn't here? Possibly?
Yes. Correct.
That's why. I was like, I don't remember actually checking out of the room.
Yep.
So I assume I have all my stuff and everything then. Never mind.
Yeah, when you guys went back that same night, they would have informed you that Twig had already given the rooms away, and that's where you guys all slept. Well, not you. You slept in the barracks.
I was in the prison.
Yep.
Okay, so...
Not prison.
Sorry. So I wouldn't have known then that the room was given away, actually. Because I was in the...
During your walk from the barracks up towards the keep, yeah, Twig would remind you of that as well.
Okay, that's fair enough then. Okay.
Okay, anybody else?
I was just going to go to the magic shop and place next door. I was going to give Grinwater, the best diamond I've got, with just the initial cut on it, and give that to him and say that's for his wife. I'm sure. And just go to the magic shop and see if they've got any healing potions or something that we could use for the party, like that sort of stuff.
Okay. As you guys
And
recall,
this magic returning stuff.
as I recall, actually, the herbal remedy, you guys went there like the night before, and the guy needed a little more time to make up the concoctions, whatever else you guys asked for. So if you guys still have that in your notes, you can add that to your inventory as well. You'll have all that stuff ready for you guys.
I'll go and pick that up for everyone.
And you said you were giving away one of your best diamonds to the Grey
Yeah,
Waters?
I know that he went there for to get one for his wife while he was in trouble. So I'll just I'll cut that and as best I can, like as a rough cut, and say there's that diamond that you're going to give your wife.
Okay, so I think there was a total of like what I told you, like 2,000 gold pieces worth of diamonds that you guys found.
There's
Does that sound
22
right?
in total, and they range from different prices. So I'll just go for maybe one of the 400 and give it to him.
Okay, that's fine. So go ahead and mark that off of your character sheet, and
Yeah.
You give it to him or you give it to her?
Oh no, I'm going to give it to him to give to her. Otherwise, it looks like I'm giving her. That's going to get me in all sorts of trouble.
And as you give the gem to Gillard, he kind of looks at it somewhat kind of distraught, and it brings back memories of what he went down there for and how he's been lost all this time. But you see him, he kind of looks up at you and he sincerely thanks you and thanks you for healing him and finding him, and he's looking forward to spend the rest of his days with his wife and daughter again.
Excellent. I'll give him a pat on the back and say, well, there you go.
Like,
You finally got your victory.
I got it. I'm not sure I'll ever go down those mines again, but I really appreciate it, Diddy. You have no idea how much this means to me to have my family back, to have my mind back. I'm going to cherish this. Thank you.
No worries. And Toddle get the stuff and bring it back for the guys for the healing potions and stuff.
Okay. Toman, getting back to you. So you went to Get Along Pub by yourself, basically. So have you been on the Get Along Pub yet?
No. Rufus and I are going to trudge along and hop aboard.
Okay. Were you here whenever I went through the whole spiel about the Get Along Pub for Silith?
It's been a while,
okay.
But I was here.
I'll give you the cliff notes. So they'll accept you and Rufus. I mean, Rufus is one of the rare animals they actually will allow on the Get Along. I mean, they would kind of rub their nose a little bit at Buttercup, or any kind of a construct for that matter is not allowed on the Get Along Pub. But it's around 10 o'clock in the morning, so there's no band playing. And it's kind of a small crowd, not quite the lunch crowd yet. But you recognize shit. I should have had my notes up. The barmaid. What's her name? Come on, Silith, what's her
doesn't
name?
remember her name. Silith don't remember her name. Silith was very drunk.
Forda. Yeah, Forda Kingquipper. Yeah, that's right. Fair-skinned gnome with white hair and glasses. So she greets you kindly enough and recognized you from what you guys did the day before, and as you get ready to pay for it, she says, no, this one's on me. What you've done for this village is we can never repay you for that. So thank you, good sir. And you always have a free drink here anytime you come back.
Thank you. Can I get a bowl for the dog too, please?
Of course. And she kind of goes up top and grabs a glass bowl. Looks like you're not sure what it was used for before, but she fills it up with ale. Did you prefer ale, or you want something a little bit not so strong for the dog?
Oh, you can water it down a little bit. And then I turn to Rufus. I know. They look at you as a dog. You're my best friend. And I pet him. I'm getting you ale, so relax. Wags his tail and nudges up.
She looks actually somewhat kind of funny as you're having this conversation. She pulls a little jar of water out, and she pours a little bit. She's like looking at you to say, okay, when? As she's pouring water into this bowl along with the ale.
Yeah, I when it's like a 50-50 mix, that's good.
Okay.
Not too much. He's a lightweight.
She hands that over the bar to you. Again.
And I put it down on the floor for him.
All right. Says, again, anytime you need anything, anything, you let us know, because we cannot thank you guys enough. We're not out of the woods yet, so to speak, but what you did for us won't be soon forgotten. I appreciate it.
Well, it's what us adventurers do.
Right. Appreciate it.
Oh, it's actually, I have a question. Is there an orphanage in town? That's one thing I haven't checked.
An orphanage?
Yes. For children who have lost their parents or are parentless?
Well, we've got a few of those in town, but we don't really have like a dedicated orphanage for them. Most of the town folk here have relatives, and so if one parent dies or both parents die, they go to somebody here. Why do you ask?
Oh, it's a side thing of mine. I like to look out for the
human trafficking.
I'm gonna say she's doing an insight check now.
That's fine.
She rolled a 4. You see kind of this look in her eyes like, why is this guy asking about orphans? And it's a side thing.
He must love kids.
Yeah. She's like, right now, she's looking at you like you're a freak a little bit there.
No, and then so then I'll do persuasion and say, no, I was an orphan myself, so I look out for them. I want to make good for them. Because life as an orphan can sometimes be atrocious.
She goes, okay, I like that idea much better, but never mind. Yeah, okay, yes, you're a good-hearted soul. I like that. But no, there's no orphanages here. Okay. I'm sure I could give you a couple names of some kids that have lost some parents here, but they're in good hands right now.
If they're with family, that's important. No, I'd like to look out for the little ones that have nobody.
Right. Well,
but thank you.
I can't. You're such a good-hearted soul. I can't believe we've been blessed by your presence here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And I raise my mug to her and continue to enjoy the frosty beverage.
And as you raise your mug, she pulls out a little shot glass, pours herself a shot, and clinks your glass, and she does a shot. All right.
Excellent.
Anybody else? I'll take that as a no. All right, so a couple hours pass. You guys are going to meet back in the keep. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. And as you guys are walking in the keep, a couple of the acolytes are you can hear them kind of grunting a little bit as they're coming up the stairs. And you can see this contraption of a drill. It's pretty good size. It's about the size of a normal-sized gnome. That's how big it is. It's got various shades of red and purple as far as the steel. Not sure if it's imbued with something or just has been painted. But you can also see the 3 gems across the top that they explained about how they operate, along with 2 big handles, and this contraption at the bottom looks more like an orifice, an open orifice in there that kind of glows from the bottom side of it. And Cudwar's kind of walking right behind him with that thing. So here you go. It's all ready, and we've tested it out as far as we can on just the mundane rocks and stone and earth we've got here. But who's going to be the one to hold the pendant? And he's holding the pendant in his hand. Because I don't think I gave that to anybody last session. Is that correct?
Oh, I think I picked it up, but
okay. Then I'll
yeah. So I'll say, that would probably be me. And right. He wanders forward and looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he gets the minigun. he sort of smiles at everyone. Yep.
Okay. And I'm not trying to metagame, but I think that pendant required attunement. Just making sure you haven't reached your limit on attunement things.
Oh, probably. Well, I've got to give Silith back her bag of holding, so I'll pass that back.
Yeah, that doesn't require attunement. Bag of holding doesn't.
Yeah. There you go. Let's have a look. What have I got? I have... No, my sword doesn't. My pike doesn't. The stone, I think, does.
The belt, I think, does as well, right?
There, the belt, that's 2. Oh, okay. Yep. Oh, well, drill pendant with 3 then. And that's it, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, 3's your max that you can attune to. So you're good?
Okay. Yep, I'm good now.
Okay. I'm assuming no one's objecting to Diddy holding on to the drill, right?
Nope.
Okay.
And Sylvia, I'll give you back your bag of holding.
Okay. He's like, all right.
My bag of holding? I didn't know I had a bag of holding. That's great.
I think it was Silith that had a bag of holding.
Oh, I give it back to Silith, whoever's I.
Oh, no. Now, sorry, I'm rewinding. I'm thinking. I remember now. They lent you a bag of holding, I think, out of the keep. That's how it was.
I do
could remember who had the bag of
holding.
holding, so Cudwar gave you one to borrow.
Fantastic.
I've got let's see, staff battlecaster, wand of binding, bag of holding, mace of storms, belt of speed, goggles of night.
Yeah, Silith is a hoarder.
Silith likes shiny, expensive things.
Excellent. Yep. Okay. No, that's good.
Right, so Cudwar, go over again with you specifically, Diddy, since you're carrying it, and the rest of the group on the how do you operate this thing once you guys get to your location. Again, I shared that in the last campaign forum. I don't want to go into detail about that now. I'll go into more detail if and when you guys get to that point.
Brew.
I'm sorry?
Yep. Sorry, cough.
Oh, okay. From there, Joe Dale and Brabham kind of look at you guys. So do you need to take a day before we head towards the Mucklestones, or?
Silith is going to say yes.
Okay.
Silith cast a lot of polymorphs.
Okay. Again, because there was about 2 hours, so I don't know if you guys were going to sleep longer than that, or take the 2 hours and be good, or.
The 2 hours does not get me nearly enough to go into limbo.
Okay. All right. So if you guys share that with Brevin and Joe Dale, that's okay. Let's not put this off too long. Do you guys want to head out first light in the morning?
Yep.
Okay.
That sounds like a good idea.
All right. So that's very good.
Sorry, while we wait, I would like to use my. I'd like to not recharge, but put a spell into my amulet of spell storing before we rest, so to speak.
Okay. That's fine.
Do you want me to tell you what they are, or just do it and make a note on my sheet so you can
Just
see
make a note on your sheet. It's up to you if you want to tell me. I'm not going to say you can't, but you can tell me if you want.
Is that the one that I was setting him on fire with?
Do what?
Wasn't I setting somebody on fire? No, it was the absorption. That's what it was. The damage?
No, that was the absorbing stone that Professor P has.
That's what it was. I kept setting him on fire.
I think that needs tweaking, by the way, Brian. We can talk about it
later. Okay. All right.
Oh, and do we need those stones that allow us to transport to and from, or that's what we're going to get when we get to the Mucklestones?
I mean the return potions?
Yeah. Where do we get more of them?
I think Quarren had those. Well, he had 2 of them left over, but Joe Dale, actually Quarren would have got them from Nimba and Jimba as he met them, because they were all part of the plan as well. So Quarren would have had all of them himself, and before you guys leave, he'll hand them out to each one of you guys. They're not like a regular sized potion. They're like little vials on a necklace that hang around your neck. If that makes sense.
Thank you. Yep, sounds good.
Almost like a little bitty perfume bottle, about that size.
Like a return potion.
Yep. So each of you guys have one of those. Okay. All right. So you guys have the rest of the day and the night, I guess, so to speak, to do whatever you want before you take off. Joe Dell and Brevin will spend the rest of their time kind of conversing and talking about next steps.
Do I need to roll an animal handling for Daisy? I think I'm getting pretty close.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you've been doing so good. Roll it with advantage.
Oof.
And
next
time you get a critical success, you'll be done training her.
Well, I'm 2 away, so here we go.
Ooh, so close to critical.
So that's 9. One more success.
Yeah, you're getting to a point now where you let Daisy get out of her pouch and run around. I mean, not within the streets of everywhere because you're afraid someone might step on her. But she seems to be more and more, I guess, trusting of you and not wanting to scurry off and hide or anything. She almost she brings you little trinkets every once in a while, like a little piece of dirt that she found interesting. She'll bring it to you and leave it at your feet, or she'll find a little mouse and kill it and bring it back to you, or maybe parts of it, or she'll come back and puke at your feet as your gift. A little bit of fur,
nice,
some guts, She's really starting to really see you as a mother figure, so to speak, because you've been doing such a good job with her.
Ooh.
I would say to this point, you don't need to put her on a leash anymore like you used to. She's pretty good about staying close to you, and she seems to understand basic verbal commands of you. She can't really have a conversation with you, but she seems to understand when you tell her to do something.
Nice. Okay, and I also have to roll my hit dice because I didn't level up my sheet, so I'll just roll that into chat.
You rolled your hit dice? Oh, you did right there. Okay.
For HP, yeah.
Okay. I'll never understand why some of you guys just roll your hit dice. I always take average. I'm too freaking paranoid. But teach his own. That's fine.
Well, that did end up being average, because it was. Wait, do you add your modifier to it, or you just take the straight roll?
No, you still get your modifier. That's what that is. It shows
you're 1 below average in that case, for example.
That's okay. I'll deal with it. I'll die tomorrow. It's fine.
All right. Anybody else want to do something for the rest of the day, or something they want to role play?
Yeah, Sil's gonna take over.
Which Professor P went has mines?
Sorry,
I didn't mean to interrupt, Sil.
No. Professor P wants what?
I was saying I wish he went in those mines. Diddy's walking around with a pocket of 20 diamonds and is just hoarding them.
21 diamonds.
Still hasn't seen them, thankfully. What was the magic shop? Vex and Jest?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Silla's gonna go in there, and he wants to know what kind of small trinkets they have, stuff that might be useful.
Oh, that's right. You weren't here for that session, were you? When we went into the magic shop. Is that correct?
I think it was.
All right. So basically, I'll kind of give you the Cliff Note version of this. If you have or you know of Xanathars, there's a bunch of common magic items that are in there. But I'll rattle off a few of them here that they would have seen the last time they were here. There's let me see here, look here. Common magic items, Xanathars, page 136 and above. These all sell for roughly around 100 gold pieces, some more, some less. Beads of nourishment, candle of the deep. There's cast-off armor, cloak of many fashions. Stop me if you want me to go in detail on any of these things.
Keep going.
Clockwork amulet, clothes of mending. There's a ear horn of hearing, an enduring spellbook, which Silith bought, I think, last time she was here.
So there.
There's an Ursat's eye.
Ooh, what's that do?
Yeah, I'm going to have to look that up. As soon as I read that, he's going to ask what that is. Because it doesn't say what it is, right? What did I say, 136? Wow, how convenient. I just opened the book up, and there it is. Ursat's eye. This artificial eye replaces a real one that was lost or removed. While the Ursat's eye is embedded in your eye socket, it can't be removed by anyone other than you, and you can see through the tiny orb as though it were a normal eye.
So it only works if you replace one of your own eyes?
Correct.
I could just connect to it magically and then stick it on something else and be like, hey, look, I got a moving eye.
Nope.
Damn it. That was my plan. What else you got?
Where was I at? Okay, Hayward's handy spice pouch, which Quarren bought that while he was there.
So it's gone. Okay.
Horn of silent alarm, which was that Professor P or was it Tolman that bought that? I thought one of you guys bought that.
Jesus, you guys cleaned this place out.
Is that correct, you guys that are there? Tolman or Professor P?
What's that?
Someone bought, I thought, the Horn of Silent Alarm.
Not me.
Toman said he bought it.
Toman said you bought it? Okay.
Not me. No.
Oh,
No?
not me. Oh,
Not me. Correct.
Okay.
and Professor P's out for the moment.
Okay, you want me to go and read the description to you, or you're not interested?
Xanathar's Guide to Everything, page 100. You can just go. I'll just open the thing and look at the.
Okay.
I'm trying to find it.
Now, not everything that was in that section is here, but most of it is. Instrument of Illusions.
You said 136?
Yeah, 136 and above. Locks of Trickery. Oh, actually, give me a... I don't want to do this. Give me a history check with disadvantage, Silith.
Oh, yeah, cool. With disadvantage.
Because this is why you were drunk.
What do you mean this is while I'm
Never
drunk?
seen
Oh, God, great. Oh, it's while I was drunk. History with disadvantage. There's history right there.
Okay, that's pretty good. A disadvantage.
Disadvantage, too, yeah.
So when... what's the lady's name? I gotta scroll up here to see what her name was. When... Adocia. That's the guy, and Rogo is the female. Both gnomes, so yay you. You're enjoying their company. When he starts kind of explain what this instrument illusions is, you think back to when you were in the Jam-Along, or the Get-Along Pug, listen to the band, the Jam-Alongs, how as they were playing instruments, you thought you saw like little visions or little illusions, something basically magical little scenes kind of rolling around and appearing above them as they were playing. At the time, you thought you may have been just drunk, but as he explains this instrument to you, it may have been what they were using. So basically, it's an instrument that, as you're playing it, it makes little illusions or scenes of stuff to your liking.
Which one was that? Instrument of Illusions. Yeah, it'd be a different type of instrument. All right. Let's see. Let's pull it off. I'm scrolling through real quick.
So what you do is, if you're looking through that section, if you see something interesting, just let me know, and I'll double check my list and make sure it was there. I'm just
quickly
make
scrolling.
sure there wasn't something else I had that wasn't in there. Oh yeah, and the talking dolls. I think that's in Xanathar's as well.
Oh,
that you see throughout the town.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that. I don't need those.
And they had, I think it's in Xanathar's as well, the flower pots, where if you plant some kind of a plant in it, it becomes like an awakened plant. Those are sold here.
Kiwi.
Oh, here's an interesting one for you, if you haven't got that far. Tankard of Sobriety.
Oh.
It's basically a tankard that no matter how much alcohol you pour in it, you'll never get drunk.
That sounds terrible.
Well, it depends on which way you look at it. There's Silith. So other than that, you look through it. If you see something else, I'll let you know if it's there or not. Okay?
All right. Yep.
All right, anybody else? Something they want to do while they're waiting for the next day?
I was looking over the what we actually purchased at the potion shop, and I picked up a potion of fire breath.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just the one that's like 46 fire damage?
Yeah, that's the same one that's in the either Dungeon Master's Guide or Player's Handbook. Yeah.
Okay, that's all I needed then.
Okay.
I'll pass it over to you.
You'll pass what over to you?
Oh, because I think I picked up the potions when they were done, so I'll just give everybody one. Yep.
Okay.
Right, and I think everyone, because I think we got greater healing potions, didn't we? Not like the one that do the 2d8 plus 8 type of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Says we bought 8 of those.
Yeah.
Together.
So I'll give one to everyone.
I had a superior healing on my sheet already. Is that what we bought, or is it different?
Let me go back. Let me go back and look at this.
I think they had the greater, and I don't know if they had the superior. I've got one superior. I also got one, but I just had greater.
Greater healing potions.
Well, I don't have it in my notes as far as the shop. Oh, hold on a minute. Keep scrolling down, Brian.
Yeah. Herbal remedy.
Yep. I don't see anything in here about superior, so you may have gotten that somewhere else.
Yeah, I only had down greater were the ones that we bought. So
but if it's in your character sheet as that, I mean, I'll accept it. I'm not going to go back and try to double check.
Well, I've got 8, so I'll
Superior
pass
was
everybody 1. So everyone write 1 down. And there's 8 people here, isn't there? Right?
You have 8 people in your party, yeah.
Yeah, there. 1, take 1. So I already had 1. 2.
Sorry, what are you handing out?
Greater healing potions. So I give 1 to Twig, Dr. P, Scylla.
Diddy, I wasn't trying to call you out or make you feel bad about the time.
No. No, that's awful at the moment.
Are you giving 1 to me or no?
Yes, Sylvia.
Okay.
Everyone should have 1.
It was like Diddy's ultimate side quest.
And they're greater healing potions, you said?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
And just a reminder, I'm not trying to force you guys on this path, but I think last session, or maybe the one before, you guys talked to, was it Singo, I think, or Jindu, at the infirmary, about bringing a couple of the slotty bodies back for them to do some kind of more investigation or figuring something out. I can't know if that was something that Twig brought up or someone else.
I don't know. All I know is I field dissected at least 1.
Yeah. You instructed the elves to do the same thing to all the rest of them.
Yeah, they did not enjoy that.
Okay. So it's up to you if you guys want to follow up on that one. If not, that's fine. I'm not trying to force you down anything.
Right. The only other thing I was going to try and do was attune to one of the gems, see if I can work out. So that would have been before I attuned to the necklace. I'll attune to one of the gems and see if there's any way that there's a link to these things.
Attune to one of the gems that you guys got from the slotty?
Yeah. Okay. See if it has a link anywhere.
Okay, so you're going to try to basically sit and meditate with it for a couple hours?
Yeah. So one of I think, what have we got? A red one and a green one, so that'll do.
I think they were all the same color, as I recall.
Oh, okay.
Okay, they're all kind of like a shiny, smooth red, as I recall. Deep red, almost like blood red.
Yeah. Oh, no, I meant there was one out of a green one and out of a red one.
I'll follow up on that for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sylvia?
Since I didn't really go to the mines or whatever, I'll follow up on the gems, since I sort of took that upon myself to hack and play Operation.
Okay. What do you mean by follow up?
Well, I guess we instructed them to take them to be further analyzed.
As I recall, that was the bodies, not necessarily the gems. All the gems were kept in a bag of holding, as I recall.
Yes.
And Diddy wanted to keep them out of the city, or keep them away from something, as I recall?
Yeah, keep them out of the keep, just in case. So,
okay.
Okay, so that's why I've got the extra bag of holding. Now it all makes sense. So I'll tell, and away from the gem core, so I'll tell Sylvia, I've got them. Maybe it's a good idea if we do some research to see if there's any way that they join the Slarty either with their months, their hive mother, or the spawning stone itself, because then we can find locations of where they'll go when they want to mate and breed, and we know where the thin parts of the gem is.
Well, maybe we should have Kutawar come investigate outside of the keep.
Yeah. Yep. And also Brevin.
Yes.
So, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
I think apparently I think I bought 8 antitoxin vials, when we first got to the town.
Yeah, that's something you probably could have bought from Herbal Remedies. If that's on your character sheet, I'll honor that.
It's not on it right now. It was what we ordered, I think.
Yeah, anything that you would have ordered that he had to work on, then Diddy would have picked that up when he went back over to
potions, anti-venom times 10, and tiny mechanical spider.
Yeah, I think you picked it up when you went down to the not Pebble Stones, but Prostrate. You went the other one, Jivat's Junkyard. Maybe is where you got that.
Yep, the little junkyard. Sweet. Okay, so I do have those on my sheet there. As for the store there, Slotty are considered humanoid, yes? Monstrous humanoids?
I don't know if they're humanoids. I think they're considered like an aberration.
Aberrations. Yeah.
Metagame-wise, yeah. Why do you ask?
Because I saw Boots of False Tracks. So, yeah. I guess that might do.
So do you have the book, or are you looking it up online? What all's in there?
I got the book online.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so I don't lose something on Sylvia and Diddy's conversation. Was there something specific you guys were doing with the gyms now that I missed, or what's your intention?
I think the intention was to either get Kadawar or who did you say the other one was? Bryn.
Brevin. Well, he's more of a ranger, but he knows they use the stones as ornaments for the Gith. So I was reckoning we just get all the magic user people in our team together and see if there's any way, outside of town, that we can use those stones to either commune to the spawning stone or to some greater mind that lives inside of the abyss. The only reason being is that, do they use them to talk to each other? I don't know. I just didn't want to bring them with us if they were going to either cause us trouble or bring them with us if they can be used to allow us to sort of like cloak ourselves so they don't know we're people but may look like slards.
Okay.
Yes, and we could basically use it like a CB radio to try and pick up on other slotty communications going on.
Yeah, like a police band radio so you know where they're hanging out.
Exactly.
All right, so you guys want to call an audience with Brevin, is what I heard?
Yeah, but specifically not and Kadawar, because he's the magey guy.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he's a druid. I think he's a druid. Let me double check before I just blurt that out. I'm pretty sure he was a druid, but let me look real quick. Hold, please. Where did I put him? Active NPCs. He is a... Come on, Roll20. Catch up with me. I'll just leave this up once it comes up. Jeez. Yeah, he's a druid. Along with Jodel.
Cool. Okay. And is Kadwar the higher level druid than Jordell, or the other way around?
You don't know that.
Oh, we'll ask. I'll just say, who's in the ranks? Who's the higher? Because I'm an Ancients paladin, so I'll say it's just we're gonna try and run with these gems, and wanted to find out who's got the most ability to, check out what these things do. Plus our people, we've got Usul and Dr. P and Twig.
Okay. So before I dive into this conversation with Diddy and Sylvia, anybody else have something they're wanting to do in the meantime?
Silas not going to find anything like in the store. He's going to leave.
I mean, can I be with them or no?
That's up to you guys. I'm not going to tell you yes or no.
Yeah, I'd invite everybody.
No, it's an exclusive club, guys. You need to get back in the game. Get out of here.
Professor P is gonna make his way towards Diddy. He heard of the great things from his buddy in the town, and wanted to congratulate Sir Didymeyer anyways on his travels underground.
Okay.
Oh, thanks.
All right. And while this is going on, Silith, are you hanging out just in the magic shop, or are you going to go back and take a nap, or
napping in the camp?
Napping in the camp. Okay. All right. All right. So we'll go to this session. So I'm assuming you guys, if you call for an audience, they'll want a private audience. Then Jodel and the rest of them will suggest that you guys meet in a private room within the keep. Are you guys okay with that?
We just tell them about our concerns about the gems, but it might be a bit better just outside of the keep, maybe. But I've got the gem thing anyway. No, it's fine. Yeah, it's actually fine.
Okay. All right. So you guys all meet back in a private room back in the keep, and would you guys have told them what the meeting's about, or just kind of like, hey, we want to meet?
Oh no,
I think we would have given them a vague. a vague description.
Okay. All right. So at that, they'll obviously honor your request, but they'll meet back in a private room, and Jodell will be the first one. So what is this? What is this you seek? What answers can we give you?
Do you want me to say Sylvia, or do you want to have a crack?
Yeah, you take it. You sort of lead it, and I'll interject.
Okay. And Dr. P's with us as well. So I'll say, look, I was just wondering if there's any connection between the Slard gems that they have inside them and either each other or the spawning stone, or their bosses. And can we use it to somehow cloak ourselves, or do they have another use? Alternatively, are they just worth spending? Or last of all, are they dangerous and we just have to get rid of them?
Okay. You see Jodell kind of like he's taking a second to kind of think. Then he looks over at Cudwar and looks at Brevin as well and says, there's several things you asked of me there, but number one, I'm not aware of these things having a cloaking capability. And he looks over at Brevin and says, Brevin, have you heard any of this news of this ability from any of your Gith contacts? And Brevin chimes in as well and says, no, but I haven't exactly asked that question before either, so it's all entirely possible, but I haven't seen it used that way. Again, when we get to Yeshomar, I'll ask my contact there that he's got to be more knowledgeable in this stuff than I am. I've seen them. I haven't really seen them used other than trophies, if that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. But it'd be interesting to find out. They all come out of this stone, so maybe that's part of it.
Now, Brevin will share that. Now, I have had the Gith tell me that the Slod themselves have the capability of telepathically speaking to each other. Now, whether that's because of these gems or that's just inherently of them, I can't be for sure.
Wow, that's actually really good if we can sneak in on their conversations. Okay. And does anybody ever try and use the gems to, if it was some way of communicating with them, like turn that back on them to try and, if you've got a more powerful mind, hold them, charm them, or somehow, convince them of something? Maybe appear like their leader and give them orders.
And at that, Cudwar kind of chime in and says, are you referring to like maybe polymorphing into one of them and then using one of these gems to help disguise yourselves? Is that what you're proposing?
Well, we can polymorph anyway, but I was thinking, if you polymorph into one and you don't have the ability to communicate with them, then they'll know pretty quickly that you're not one of them. But if you could use the gem either to act like one of them but also think like one of them, or alternatively use it to even control one of them, that would be even better. Or somehow linked to the spawning stone. There's a lot going on. I'm just wondering, more spawning stone plus Slard, is it part of their whole connectivity with each other? Are they like a hive mind? If they are,
and as you're saying that, Brevin will kind of chime in there and says, they've been told that not all the Slotty have these gems. Like when they had their mating frenzy, whatever you want to call it, and they create or form, or however they do it, new Slotty. When they're born or created, they go off to wherever they go with the rest of their clan. But those new ones, the freshly made, born, whatever you want to call them, they don't have the gem themselves until they come back for their first mating season. That's what the Gith has explained to me.
So they do get it out of the spawning stone. Oh, that's really, really interesting. Once again, it's only theory. Like they were coming up from underneath, so I don't know how much credence it's got. But if there's some way we can use the stones to either communicate with them or control them, worse for them, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But how do you?
Go ahead.
Yeah. How would we? Maybe one of us just needs to cast a spell, or to anyone that we know here have the ability to somehow attune to an item and go back to where it comes from.
You see Cudwar kind of scratching his head a little bit, trying to come up with some idea here. So we know they have some kind of inherent magic just because we can sense the aura on it, but I've never actually, I guess, tried to attune to it. So this may be a better question for the Gith, because they have these things among them within their cities, but we can obviously try and see what happens. And kind of looks at Jodell, and Jodell's kind of got like a concerning look on his face. Says, that might not be the wisest thing to do either. We don't know what kind of powers this thing has or could have if we do such a thing.
Well, I was hoping you were going to say that, because I've got a helmet that makes me somewhat resistant to psychic damage, and if it's good at doing that, it might be good at somehow owning the stone in a sense, and allow less damage to the person who tries to control them. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. But look, it might be a really long piece of study and maybe best held for where we're going.
Yeah, again, Jodell and Cudwar both kind of shrug a little bit. So yeah, it's at this point it's investigation and figure out what we can figure out. So we've never dealt with this or tried this method before.
Well, hopefully it produces the results that we got with getting the Slardy out of people, little baby ones. But if not, then we can't do anything worse. What about you, Dr. P and Sylvia? What do you think? Anything else that we could do, Corin?
I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I know it's not naturally occurring in regular animals or beasts to have something like this. So maybe we could find a way to. Is there a way we could scry through it to see what the others see who are connected?
Oh, that's a good idea. I've got some spells, but I was wondering if someone's got. Yeah, that sounds good. I don't know how you activate it. I mean, the only time that I've had an item work is by holding on to it long enough and seeing if anything happens with it. But yeah, like scrying. So what, to use it because of possession of something to go and find another one?
Yeah. Or maybe we could even listen into the other ones. Or like you said, possibly even locate their nest.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Or maybe something like a clairaudience or something, using the stone as like a focus.
Now, as you guys mentioned a couple sentences ago about scrying, I mean, Cudwar has a look on his face as I can perform that for you. I'll need some time to prepare to cast that. I haven't cast it in a while, but I can do that for you if you think it will be beneficial. And he kind of looks at Jodell looking for, yeah, we can. Jodell's like, I think it might be a good idea. Let's see what we can find out.
Yeah, whatever we can about these little stones. They're in their heads, aren't they? Not in their hearts, these things.
You tell me. I didn't rip them out.
Sylvia, did you rip them out of their heads or out of their...
Yeah, I ripped them out, and I believe they were sort of, if I remember correctly, they were around the neck area. They weren't in their brains. They were a little bit shouldery type area, not quite somewhere in between. Unless I'm wrong.
Well, it doesn't lend itself to be, something the psychic. It's just another organ thing that they do. But it's interesting that they only get them after they see the stone. So it's some sort of connection. And not all colours have them, or just not all Slardy until they've gone to the stone get them.
And Brevin will share that what he's heard is that it doesn't matter what kind of slutty it is. Just when they're first born or created, they don't have it. It's when they make that migration back to the stone for their first mating frenzies when somehow they gain that. Is what the giver told him.
It's something that they can, as well as us taking out.
I'm sorry, you broke up there. Something they can what?
It's something that they can put in themselves as something that can get ripped out.
Again, and Brevin says, I'm not, the Gith didn't know or share with me how the gem actually gets into their bodies or heads or wherever they are.
Yeah. Well, maybe they hate them so much that they don't even care. But
it's possible, yes.
Yeah, so once you start a
I know how babies are made. Perhaps it's the same way.
Could be. It's just more painful going in than it is coming. Okay. Well, yeah, let's see what we can do. I'll go to push talk. Sorry. There you go.
And so Cudwar and Jodell will both volunteer to kind of study and prepare for scrying if you want to do it multiple times, but it would have to be tomorrow mornings any time to kind of prepare and ready their incantations. If that's what you guys want to do in the morning.
Yeah, that'd be good. Does anyone else have any other ideas of like what we can do to try and find out how these stones work in Slides? I mean, identify is probably the best thing. Tell us the type of magic and how that works, but I don't have that one.
Yeah, because Usul, what did you cast on it? I don't think it was identify. It was just detect magic, right?
Yeah, it was just check magic.
Okay, and as I recall,
went over it like
go ahead.
A metal detector.
Right, but I think detect magic would normally tell you the school of magic it was, and it was unclear to you.
I rolled real low,
yep.
So you didn't allow that.
Yep, I didn't allow that. Maybe it wasn't even possible. You don't know that.
Okay.
So why don't we have one of us? I don't mind like trying to attune with it. I'll just put the pendant down and attune to it first because I don't want it to know I've got. Then one of us can identify and then we can scry. But if there's anything else we can try with it. But other than that, it's probably just a dead end.
Okay, so you're going to try to attune to the gem, the slutty gem, and you want someone else to identify it.
I'll keep the helm on, the one that stops the psychic damage, and then somebody else can. Sylvia, can you identify?
It would be great if I had that ability, but I don't believe that.
I've heard that some great bards have got some way of doing even better stuff, but I am not a great bard. So, find out about the legend of the stuff.
I gotta check their spells. I don't know if they have identifier or not. 1 second, let me look. What level spell is that? That's like a second level spell, isn't it? As I recall?
No, first.
It's a first?
It's first level.
Okay.
It's Bard and Wizard have it.
Yeah, Druids don't have it. So neither Cudwar or Jodell have that. But they know of someone that may have that spell.
Do they know a guy?
They know a guy. Matter of fact,
is he an expert in identifying?
I might know a guy.
From body?
Whoever went down in the mines would have an idea of someone they were with that could do that, although he had a very limited role in what you guys did. Photius, Undermound, and Cudwar will share this, that he's dabbled in some of the bard practices, and just like you said, Diddy, he knows that some bards have that ability to identify, so he says they can call him in to see if he wants to help us try to identify this.
And we've got a bucket load of the stones. Get enough to hand out. So everyone can have one. But if anyone, maybe we should all stay within proximity of each other tonight. And if anyone feels weird or unusual, they should just say, and then they just stop. So we can say, this stuff doesn't work nicely and it does your head in, and this stuff is okay. But the main thing is just if there's anything to be learnt from the stones.
So you want everybody to take a stone and try to attune to it? Is that what you're suggesting, Diddy?
I'll take a stone to attune to it. Somebody can take a stone to identify it.
I'm not.
If there's anyone who's got like a legend lore,
So we're not all getting stoned. Oh,
What I'm
no,
hearing,
you can. No, actually, that's also not a bad idea. You
guys have heard of like Freddy and Jason and Freddy 2, Jason 2, right?
I'm just gonna touch.
So this is
Diddy.
going to be Murderous Paladin number 2.
Brian, do I notice anything about the stone? Do I recall anything like Diddy was saying, bardic knowledge kind of stuff? I'm not a bard, but I'm a weird, freaky dude with high history.
And he does stuff with stones.
I'm going to roll since you haven't been to the plane of limbo, and the first time you actually fought these things was here. It's not something you're familiar with.
That makes sense. He knows the physical. This is all like weird metaphysical demons doing demons thing.
Right.
So Diddy says he's a little concerned if everybody actually attunes it, just in case they do have a negative effect, and that's why I'm wearing the helmet to try and stop it. But if you've got a way of doing it safely, I'm more than happy that you give it a go.
I'm trying to think of what other spells these guys may have to help you, or to make you more paranoid. I don't know. Hold on. I'm trying to see if these guys have magic circle, if that'll make you, I don't know, feel safer or more paranoid. I don't know, but I'm looking. Which I don't think druids have that.
I think I might actually have that one.
Can you change your spell list after a short rest, or is Paladin's one of those where
I'd have to long rest.
Okay.
But I've still got a long rest coming.
Yep.
Got it. No.
Nope, I don't see magic circle in the druids. So one of them will suggest that at least, that if someone can cast magic circle around you.
I do have it. I don't have it today. So I do have it. I've got plant growth. That's not going to do any good. No, that's not going to do. I can do a zone of truth around it, but it's not anything. I got just detect magic. Yeah, so I'm not big on those things, but I can dispel magic on it, and I can do magic side. What does that do? I won't cast it. I'm just gonna have a look. It does.
Okay, that's fine. Because I'm looking through their spell list as well. See anything else that they can offer up, which I'm not seeing it really. Anybody else that has that option on their spells, if you want to look through your spell list, if anything else you want to add to this conversation, go ahead.
Unless it involves a blast, and there ain't nothing I can do.
Yep.
I'm
not seeing anything beneficial in the druid spell list with this as well, so unfortunately these guys aren't going to help you.
I'll just say, look, it sounds like it's a wizardy, bardy thing, so if they can, it would be good, and that's possibly why the Gith, I don't know if they've got magic users, but to find out.
Hold, please. Yeah. I forgot. I think there is a wizard in town. I have to find her. Sorry. This is one of those, 300 different NPCs I made that you guys may or may not run into, and I just got to find her.
Sione the Witch.
She's not that high a level, so let me check her spell list here. Yeah, she's on an 8th level. So she may not have.
Yeah, she might have identified there.
Yeah, I already told you of someone that could do that for you, though. That was going to be Photius.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll get to Photius anyway, and someone who, if anyone's got like legend lore or something fantastic like that, that would be great. But yeah, we'll get those guys in, and if we can do it sort of tomorrow morning, that would be great. And then we'll head out if we get nothing from the stones.
Okay, here you go. So they'll tell you about one wizard that's in town. She works at the Tinkering Academy, actually. And Kudwar recalls that she has in the past. Let me just put the spell into the chat so you guys see it. And he'll try to explain to you guys that he saw her do something like this before. I don't know if that seems like something that, as you're attuning to it, they can put you inside this thing. So if something bad happens, it'll just kill you. And nobody else.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I can probably put a protection versus energy up, and then acid cold. Oh no, that's not going to be psychic though. But the helmet's probably good enough for that. Yeah, all right. It's just what other spells has the guy's got. So if we've got an Identify or a Legend Lore, they'd be perfect.
Yeah, Photius will have be able to do the Identify spell. They know that for sure.
Yeah. All right, so he does that.
You want him to do that tonight?
You can get ready with the scrying, and if anyone's got a clairvoyance or a clairaudience or something like that, and use it to see what happens when you do that with the stone, that would be interesting.
I don't think that's how clairvoyance works, though. Like clairvoyance allows you to put a little sensor somewhere within a range, like behind a wall or something like that, and you can see and hear what's there. I don't think it allows you to like go to another plane or like a scrying thing.
Yeah. Oh, well, scrying's probably best then.
All right, so you want to do scrying in the morning, and you want Photius to do Identify tonight, correct?
Yep. Yes.
Okay. Anybody else have suggestions or comments on this?
If you need a trap or a grenade, I am your guy for sure.
No problem.
I can see Dr. P like pulling the pin on the grenade, give it to Diddy, then the wizard puts the sphere around him, and Diddy starts to think, and poof! A bunch of red stuff inside a globe. Alright, so anybody want to do anything else before I have them call for Photius to come over and cast Identify on the gym? Okay, I'll take that as a no.
Nope.
Alright, so about a half hour goes by before Photius finally shows up, and he'll come into that same room where you guys are going to do it in that room right there where you are, meeting, or you guys going? Okay. So he'll poke his head in, and this big, if I didn't explain Photius to you guys before, I think Sylvia and Toman met him before. He's part of the Cavers Guild. Actually, he's the head of the Cavers Guild.
Yes.
He's a little gnome, got fiery orange-red hair that's like a mane goes all around his head and it attaches to his beard that goes underneath. No mustache. So basically a clean-shaven face with this big giant orange thing around his... Oh, like his token. I forgot I got his token here. This guy right up here.
He's over here.
Yep, I forgot I had him there. So let me pull him down here. So he pokes his head in the door and says, "What can I do for you? I heard you want to identify something or something."
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
We've got some... Yes, it is. We've got some slarty stones, so they might be slightly dangerous. They come out of their head neck area. We just want to see if you can tell us something about them.
You see his nose kind of curl up when you say slutty thing, and his fingers kind of twitch a little bit, holds them up to his side. He's like, "Oh, slutty things." Okay, yeah, if that's what you want, I'll do it. But, woo, all right. We're going to do it right here?
Is it clean enough a room for you to do it?
Oh, I can do it in a dirty bar if you want me to. But this is fine.
I'll pass in one of the stones.
Alrighty then. And you see he sits down on the floor cross-legged. He sets the gem on the floor right in front of him. And he almost goes into like he holds like his thumb to his middle finger and he closes his eyes like he's concentrating, doing the Om. And you see his nose kind of twitch a little bit. I can't remember. Is this an action thing or is it like a 10-minute thing? I think it's a 10-minute thing, is it not?
I know you need an owl feather and some stuff, unless they've changed it. Let's check it out. Identify.
Character sheet. I got his character sheet up. I'll just put it in chat so everyone can see it. Unless I'm a liar and he didn't have it.
Yeah, it's 1 minute for the casting time.
1 minute. Okay. All right, so you guys watch as his nose kind of twitches every once in a while, and you can hear him some incoherent little noises that he's kind of mumbling a little bit.
Looks like it might work. There you go.
This goes on for about a minute. I'm just reading the spell real quick before I say something.
Oh, so it's a magic imbued object as well. That'd be pretty good.
Okay, so you choose one object you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. Okay, so not in front of him, it's sitting in his lap. If it's a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them. What it requires attunement to use and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, then which spell. If you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it. Okay, so give me a second to figure out how I want to portray this.
This is where he stops after a minute and says, yeah, it's going to cost you 50,000 gold. What?
Why you put ideas like that in my head?
Got all you need.
Yep.
It's cost money.
Okay, you learn its properties and how to use them. Okay, so after 1 minute, you see him kind of take the gem kind of gingerly with 2 fingers, one on each hand, and kind of gently puts it in front of him and then pulls his hands back really quick. That's a sick son of a bitch. That thing is it's evil. I tell you, okay, so here's what I know, which is not much, but here's what I know. This thing is it's tied to the spawning stone. I don't know how, I don't know what magic this is, but it manifests itself within the slotty when it's near the spawning stone itself. As far as its properties, there's not really a property per se, other than the fact that once it forms or it gains this thing within its body, that they become like a hive. I just heard millions of freaking, I guess it was voices, I don't know, just screaming at each other, and it's nightmarish. They use it to communicate, I think, with this, but it's just it's evil. It's evil. I don't want to do that again.
Wow. I'll give him a pat and thank him, and look at the others and go, what do you know? My paranoia paid off. It actually is bad. Okay, so Fotis, you hear all their voices. Did you understand what they were saying? Is it like a language? Once you can use the stone, can you understand them?
It's like, hell no. All I know is it was not good. I didn't know what they were saying, but I didn't want to be part of that conversation. It just sounded evil in nature. Like, I didn't know what they were saying, but I felt like the evil seeping into me as I was hearing that. And it just, he's kind of like shaking his hands and kind of scooting back a little bit away from it.
Okay, so they still work and they're still active. Okay. Sorry to put you through that. I only had a little inkling that they might be. That's why I gave the warning. What do you guys reckon? Tudel? Brevin? Sylvia?
Well, Brevin will speak up first.
I mean, if it's...
Go ahead, Sylvia. You go first.
I was going to say, well, if it's tied to the spawning stone, it must be... It's kind of invaluable to us. Because that's a way that maybe we could find out as we get closer, as a compass almost, right? Possibly, not that I know, theoretically. I'm just hypothesizing here.
Right. And Brevin will chime in again. Says again, I've been with some of the Gith as they travel. I'm out limbo on their ships. I've never seen them used one of these things before as a guiding tool, but that doesn't mean it can't be. I'm just saying I haven't seen him do that, and part of me wants to. And he looks at Jodella kind of like for confirmation. And if this thing, if Photius reacted to it this way just from trying to identify it, I don't know what that means. And he looks at you, Diddy, if you actually try to attune to it, what that means. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I just don't know.
No, I think that'd be a bad thing. It'd be like putting it in your head. Yeah, and that's why it's a good thing that Photius told us, because even with my psychic helmet on, it could resist it somewhat, and maybe I could use it for a little bit, but the amount of damage he's talking about sounds pretty, a lot. The other thing that we might be able to do is get onto their network and somehow,
network,
use it to cause.
We're going to steal their Wi-Fi
out of them. Yeah, basically, if we can get into their communication channel and somehow put something really disturbing on it for them, something good rather than something that feels evil, but something that feels good, that'll freak them out. Might even jar them for a bit. So while we're getting close to the stone, it could be like a sonic hand grenade. Does that make sense?
Anything's possible, is what Brevin says.
So maybe. But I think if we put them in our heads just to be able to talk to them, then it runs the high risk that we'll become dark like them, and that's not a good idea. As Photius says, we don't want to start thinking like them because it's just evil.
And at that, Cudwire will chime in. So do we still want me to try the scrying function on this tomorrow morning?
Well, the scrying function's going to be good because we'll know where the thinning parts are on the gem, and we'll find out where it is.
Okay, very well.
And what it actually looks like. Will you be able to? Have you got? I've heard of crystal balls. Is it like a crystal ball or something else that we can see it in?
Well, when I have something material that the host, I guess, once had or touched or wore, it makes the connection that much stronger. My only concern is this gem connected just to the one it came from, or is it connected to more, or everything? I don't know.
Sounds like everything.
Right.
But is it a two-way street or a one-way street? Are you just going to them, or can they come back through that loop?
They can't come back through it like a teleportation, but they may be able to sense that I am scrying upon them. That is a possibility.
Well, let them know. Let them know that we're watching them. That the ball's in our court. Make them afraid.
Oh, that.
Cudwire kind of chuckles at that. Says, "I'm not crazy about the bringing the wrath of the entire Slotty Nation down upon Mucklestone Village, but
Yeah, that's probably not the best idea, because we're gonna. The dream I had said, if we go all out war with them, we're gonna die. So we want to try and sneak in and blast them subtly. Yeah. All right. No, that's really good info. Cudwire, is there any spell that you can cast that makes them unable to know it's you when you do your spell? Like, go outside the town for sure and just sit inside some trees and do it. But don't be inside the keep. But is there any way that you can cast? Is there any spell that you know that confuses them, or confuses people that try and detect you, like a non-detection thing?
There's no guarantee that any scrying will go undetected. Like I said, it's the connection of the object we use to make that scrying connection to the creature that makes it stronger or weaker, whether or not we're successful. It doesn't necessarily mean anything about preventing someone from detecting us. I mean, if it's a lowly rat, yeah, it's probably not going to be the wiser.
No, consider that stone a god. So I don't think it's a good idea, because it's going to have the combined intelligence and knowledge of all of those Slud plus its masters and it was put there. I don't know. It sounds like a mistake, but it's super powerful, so it'll know you're there.
Okay, so I'm hearing you say that you don't want me to do the scrying in the morning.
No, because I think the gift know where the stone is, right, Brevin?
And Brevin says they get a general idea. They try to not wander too close to it, but everything within Limbo kind of circles or rotates around the spawning zone. It is the center.
Okay, right.
So we can follow the storms that spawn from it towards the center. We'll eventually find it.
Yeah. And scrying would only let us see what was happening at the time around it. So, it'll show us one of the thin points, but only at that point in time. So I don't think so. It's too much risk for you, Gadwa. All right, that's it. Let's go.
Okay.
Anything else, guys?
No.
All right. So
Quiet snores.
you guys are spending the rest of your day either drinking or heading back to the camp and resting for the night. Is that correct?
I think I went to the right place.
Both.
Yep.
Yeah, both.
Okay. All right. So 1 second. Let me double check my notes. Just so we're in agreement, everybody's going back for a sleepy time, right?
Sleepy time.
Okay. And all back at the campsite. Correct?
Yep.
Okay, so 1 second. There was something I was going to do during Corn's sleep, but he's not here.
What's that, another tree god vision where he gets molested?
You don't know.
Just saying, Corin's had some rough times.
Nope. Gotta wait for Corn. Okay, yeah. Spoilers, Corn. If you ever watch this, there's something coming for you your next sleep.
Dun dun dun.
Alright, so you guys have your long rest for the night. You can wake up the same thing as like you did the other day to Twig's posse, kind of making dinner for you guys, making breakfast. Trying to be quiet, but you can hear the pots and pans kind of banging around everything as you guys wake up to a new dawn. Got frost on the grass, kind of a chill in the air. You guys all see your breath as you wake up in the morning. But you guys gain all your hit points back, gain your mana. If you had spent hit dice, you get half of those back.
And we also lose the
Temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Yep, temporary hit points are gone.
Yeah. I went under 100 again. No.
All right, guys, what do you want to do this morning?
Is it the Mucklestanes, then the elf place, isn't it? And then we're off.
That was the direction that Brevin gave you, yep.
Let's do that.
All right, so you guys...
Anything else we need to do?
You broke up a little bit on me, did he? What'd you say?
I'll just make sure we've got enough food and drink and, things that we need to go on an exploratory visit and load up Charlie, make sure we've got enough supplies in the saddlebags and get ready to head out.
Yeah, on that vein, there's no need to spend any money on that. If there's any kind of general supplies you guys need for this journey, I mean, the village, as far as like general stuff out of the player's handbook, anything like that you guys need, just bring it up now, add to your character sheet, and the City of Mucklestone will give it to you free of charge.
Did Adam come and tell you?
Okay.
No, you can type it.
Oh.
Hey, guys, I'm just gonna quickly pop off. I'll be 1 sec. I'll be back.
Okay. Yep, I also heard that coming. All right, so that goes for all of you.
I want his wife. That was like magical.
What do you mean?
It just I think that was the Australian accent just made it less naggy.
No.
Can she hear this? I hope she can't hear this. Hi, Jim's wife. Sorry about that.
I'm thinking about Rand's wife if she ever watches this.
I'm going to ask my wife to speak me in an Australian
my
accent
wife
every
might
time
be able to hear too.
Spoken like a single man.
Jeez. Okay.
Or
Single man, look at my picture.
I'm just a dog wearing a cowboy suit, guys. Come on. So.
Okay, any general equipment you guys want to get from the PHB before you go? Now's the time to bring it up, within reason. I mean, you don't say I'm going to buy 600 feet of rope and all kinds of shit like that. But anything minor like that, just bring it up now if you want to bring it.
Does anyone have experience traveling to this realm?
That's what Brevin
Good question. Not
has done
me.
for you.
So I would have no idea if there's anything special that would be useful. Okay, no, I'm good then.
Brevin would have already shared with you guys the general, what to expect in Limbo and the Astral Plane, which I can't remember if I shared with you guys or not. The route that takes you guys through the Mucklestone Gate actually goes through the Astral Plane to find a gate into Limbo, if that makes sense.
I think we talked about pouring the potions there, but there was something about getting back there quickly.
Right. So let me recap what the plan is here. So basically, Brevin is saying we're going to go use the Mucklestone Gates themselves, the portals. The Mucklestone Gates will bring you to the Astral Plane. The Astral Plane connects everything. For those who don't, know the Forgotten Realms or how the planes work, the Astral Plane is kind of like the gel that connects all the different planes. So he's going to go through the Astral Plane, which is what the Mucklestone Gates connect to a gate that leads to the plane of Limbo. Okay? He said he's already found what he thinks is one that goes to the plane of Limbo, so he's wanting to use that as a landing spot. Once you guys go through that gate into the plane of Limbo, he said that gate may be engulfed in flame, it may be engulfed underwater, just you never know what's going to be, but wherever they are there, he wants to basically put the first drop of your return potion in that location, because that will be a spot within the plane of Limbo where you guys can teleport to. The return potions will not work across planes, only within the plane itself. Okay? So you're basically just going through the gate, dropping your potions down there, and then exiting the gate, going back to Astral Plane, back to Mucklestones. And from there, you're going to Yeshomar, that's the home of the Circle of Leth. And Brevin has told you guys there's a Gith citadel buried underneath the ground. It's called an adamantine citadel. It's what the Gith call them. It's a hidden, secret place that the Gith will use as a landing spot as they're traveling up out the material plane, trying to find Illithids to basically hunt down and kill and murder. But within that citadel is a portal that goes from that citadel to their home city on the plane of Limbo. Now, they couldn't use the return potions there because the city itself has a ward about it that prevents any kind of teleportation into the city itself. There's one gate that everything goes in and out of for the city of Shrokkit Lore, is what he told you. And that portal is connected to the citadels that the Gith use, if that makes sense. That's the only way in and out of the Limbo city, the Gith city of Shrokkit Lore. Okay, so once there, he said they're going to secure a ship, an astral ship or a limbo ship, whatever you want to call it, through the Gith to travel from there to the spawning stone. Once you have the spawning stone, you get your gem core, use the return potions to send you back to that gate you guys found, so you can then exit through the astral plane back to Mucklestones. Does that make sense? I'll take that as a no. And it's a lot to kind of absorb there.
It does make sense. It does.
Go through the astral plane, drop the juice, and go from there.
Yeah. Now, Brevin will tell you guys you're more than welcome to try to find the astral plane once you guys go through that gate within. I'm sorry. You're more than welcome to try to find the spawning stone once you go through that astral gate into Limbo, but he has no idea where that gate is going to end up. It could be miles away from it, could be right next to the spawning stone. You never know, because within the plane of chaos, these gates are constantly moving. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so you guys are all on board with what Brevin suggested, or you guys want to propose something totally different? Because that wouldn't be the first time.
Well, I don't have any knowledge, so I don't suggest anything. And I looked to Daisy, and she's just like, oh.
Daisy's chewing on a little fly. kind of popping in her mouth.
Yeah.
All right, so is Diddy back? Take it as a no. We can start without him.
Duty's still muted.
All right, and just so I'm clear, there was no spells that you guys wanted Cudwar or Jodell to cast. The scrying is off now, right? That's what I heard. Okay. All right, so you guys make your way back to the keep, and Jodell and Cudwar and Brevin are all there waiting for you guys. And Jodell reiterates to you guys again, okay, so from this point forward, Brevin is your guide. Again, he's traveled this path before. Trust in him as I do, and he should lead you to safely there and back. So, but I will tell you guys that where we're about to take you is highly secretive, and this is all back in that same private room where you guys before. And I can't remember if he already shared this with you guys or not, but at this point, he is going to share with you guys a secret. He tells you only those within the circle of Leth know about. And that's the fact that these Mucko stones that are inside this keep, if you guys recall when you first came here, you walked in, and it's the center inside of this keep is all grass and these giant stones with runes all over them. Those are a fake. They are a decoy. But he tells you that they know the location of the real Mucko stones. And they will take you guys there, but for your protection and for theirs, all of you guys must be blindfolded.
There is one thing I want to do. I'm going to do it later with you, just you, okay, Brian?
Okay.
Cool.
Yay! Careless whispers. Do we need to switch to a private
We
chat
do
for
it
this,
later.
or?
It doesn't affect anything now, really. It's
Okay.
Just be aware that there's something I intended to do before we left. So I have to hash that out, how it's happening.
Okay, so do we need to go to a private chat real quick?
We can go real quick. Sorry.
All right, sorry guys. Give me and Syl a chance to talk and see how you guys are all going to die. All right, so what's
Howdy. Basically, I was going to say, I don't want to role play the whole thing out because I don't want everyone else to know about it. But I was going to switch out Bladeberry actually for Word of Recall.
Okay.
And set up a small little shrine to Tymora in, I think, probably that bar I was in before, because, gambling seems like a good place to set up a shrine to the God of Luck.
Okay. And the Cavers Guild, or talking about back in the Tinkering Tankard Inn?
The Cavers Guild is one that was the
like a gambling hall. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just a small shrine to Tymora there, and then use that as my designated sanctuary for Word of Recall.
Okay. And just real quickly, if you would have had that conversation with Photius, he would have told you they would have had several little small little shrines in there. The Tymora being a gambling hall.
I kind of figured as much. That's what I was saying. So I would use one of those as like my designated sanctuary.
Okay. And does that work across planes?
It says you went up to. The god is the one that teleports. Yes. No. You designate a sanctuary. No plane restriction listed. You and up to 5 willing creatures within 5 feet of you instantly teleport to a previously designated sanctuary. Okay. You and any creatures that teleport with you appear in the nearest unoccupied space to the spot you designated when you prepared your sanctuary.
Okay.
That's
good.
Designate.
I'm good. You're good. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Cool. Nope. I just instead of Blade Barrier, that's what I'm switching it to. I didn't want to tell everyone so that later on, surprise! I saved you all.
Yeah. Okay.
Or something.
Fine.
All right.
Switch back.
Sorry about that. Yep.
Okay.
From I guess things that are potentially going to be made habitable or usable. So I have to figure out how that works.
Are you guys talking about something in game or out of game? We're back.
Out of game.
Oh, okay. All right. So now that Sylph and I know how we're going to kill all of you guys, we're back.
Good.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so you guys, again, make your way back to Brevin and Jodell, and they shared that with you that in order to travel here, for your protection and theirs, they need to blindfold everybody. Is anyone here opposed to that?
No.
It reminds me of when I was 65. Young gnome I was.
Cudwar kind of puts his palm up on his forehead. All right, so one by one, they kind of take each one of you guys and put this large sack, basically a dark black velvet sack over your head. You can't see anything through it. And they'll, no need for rolls, but you can tell that they're walking you down some stairs, down one long hallway, make a couple turns. So you're definitely underneath the keep somewhere. And then you guys will all be escorted into one big room and told to kind of stand still for a second. And you hear Cudwar kind of make an incantation. Let me look at something real quick to see if any of you guys recognize the words. If any of you guys want to figure out what he's casting. Or if you don't give a shit, I'll move right by it. Would any of you guys want to maybe recognize what he's casting?
It's magical. Go on.
Okay.
I'd like to try.
Alright, so hold on. I gotta look it up.
I can roll an Arcana check, but
First, I'm just looking to see if it's in any of your spells, your spell capabilities. If it's not, then there's no point in you guys even rolling for it. So, hold please while I look it up. I should have had this ready beforehand. I wasn't sure how far you guys are going to get. So, do 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 do. Crap! Is it even called that in here? Ah, there it is. Okay, now look at each one of them. We don't have a wizard. We don't have a warlock. We have a sorcerer. Nope, sorcerers don't know it. Rangers, I'm pretty sure don't know it. Nope.
what's the spell? I'll tell you if I know it or not.
Yeah. I bet you would. Paladins don't know it. Druid. Hey, that's awesome. Druids don't know it. Clerics. Clerics don't know it. This is awesome. Well, shit, was I looking at the wrong right? Who does know it? Let me go back and look at this. Ah, how about that? Nope, none of you guys know what it is. No even need for Arcana check because it's not in any of your spell lists. So anyway, you guys hear that Cudwar is casting something. None of you recognize it. And then as he ends, you feel hands up on your shoulders, and they're kind of leading you up. You can tell it's some kind of wooden steps, but they're not solid, like they just put them in front of you guys. And as you guys step up, they kind of direct you to, again, another open space, and have you all take a seat on the ground. And you guys feel the ground. It's like really smooth, almost like granite. And then you don't move anymore, but you guys can... No need for perception. Some of you guys will notice that you can feel the wind kind of blowing your hair like you're moving, but you're not. You guys are all sitting on your bottoms. And this goes on for another 5, 10, 15 minutes or so before you guys can feel yourselves stop. I mean, no more wind rustling through your hair. And then you hear Jodell start making an incantation. Shit, I should have kept this shit open. Screw it. Arcana checks for everybody. Whoever's proficient in Arcana can roll this.
Ooh, I think that might be me. Been waiting my whole life.
Just proficient, huh?
Yep. Oh shit, look at that. She's been waiting her whole life for that.
It just came to me, like all good wild magic sorcerers.
Alright, so Sylvia definitely recognizes it. And Professor P, it takes you to listen to him say a few words before you finally get it. But you guys both recognize the spell as being teleportation. Almost like a teleportation circle.
Ooh.
And you guys, you kind of blink. Those guys that don't notice it, but you all of a sudden you guys hear like the sounds of birds and trees and wind blowing through the leaves in the chair, like you're obviously not in a room anymore. And you feel the breeze kind of going across your hair again for another 5-10 minutes. And then you guys feel someone kind of grab your arm or shoulder and lead you down some more steps. And you feel your feet kind of stepping into some leaves or earth or something like that. And then the blindfolds are taken off. And you guys are standing within a forest, a deep, very large, old trees all around. You can barely see the sky through some of the leaves of the top of the trees. But you guys are standing in the middle of a forest, and you have Jodell, Brevin, and Cudwar all standing there with a couple of, I guess, for lack of a better term, an acolyte in robes that you guys would have seen within the keep itself at earlier times. And they all greet you one at a time and thank you for your cooperation. And Jodell says, this way. And you can see there's somewhat of a beaten path, not very wide, but from where you guys are standing, leading deeper into the forest. And Jodell leads with Cudwar by his side, and Brevin kind of takes up the rear as the acolytes that were escorting you stay behind. Okay? Any questions or anything you guys want to ask while you're walking on this path?
Will we be having lunch soon?
Who are you saying that to?
The leader, of course.
To Jodell? You kind of turn.
Yeah.
You see Jodell kind of turn around. He turns his face back towards like he's just walking down the path, looking down the path, and he turns around again. He's got some berries in his hand. Says, here you go. One of these will do you. Will you take one?
A little berry. Hell
Yep.
yeah, I take one.
Okay. And as you pop it in your mouth, you just instantly feel like this is the most delicious thing you've ever had in your life, and you take one berry and you instantly feel full. And Jodell kind of holds his hand out. Does anybody else want one?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Lucille, you obviously know what these are.
They sound like some good berries.
Yep. So anybody who wants to partake in one of those, you basically don't need to eat for another 24 hours. Okay. So they lead you on the path, kind of switch back a couple times. This goes on for about 15 more minutes before you guys start coming up to, you can see a little bit of light maybe shining through the canopy up above. But as you guys approach, before you reach this part where you can see a little bit of light, Jodell turns around to all of you guys. Okay, what you're about to see, very few people outside the circle see. So I can't stress this enough that what you guys see here today, do not share with anybody. Again, for your own safety and for the safety of the Mucklestones themselves. I beseech you to keep this a secret. What say you?
Secret safe with me.
All right. And at that, Jodell and Cudwar both kind of raise a hand up, and you see the trees in front of you guys kind of part. Where it was really thick, like almost you were kind of questioning whether you can even get through it. You see the trees kind of pull back, the limbs kind of straighten up. Some of the roots even kind of seem to kind of extract up to give you guys a clear path into a clearing. And you guys can barely see through the clearing. You can see some more similar stones kind of sticking up out of the ground in different kinds of shapes. So let me switch you guys to a different map to kind of help you see what you're seeing. So, as you guys approach, this is kind of what it looks kind of like this is, I think, an actual thing of Stonehenge, as I recall. But you guys can see there's more of these stones, look very similar to what was inside the keep, but much larger. Many more stones. You can actually see a couple of acolytes through the trees as well that are over kind of standing by one of the runes with parchment and paper. Kind of look like they're taking notes or something. But they both turn to see you guys approach. Don't seem too worried about it, and they turn back to look at the stone. Anything you guys want to say or do? Or are you going to continue to follow your leaders?
I'm going to continue following.
Alright. So, these two will lead your way in here. Oh, am I on the wrong freaking layer? Nope, I'm not. I just moved them. So they'll go in here further into there, and Jodell and Brevin will both kind of start introducing you guys to each one of these stones, and Brevin will actually point out this stone right here is the one that you guys are currently going to use. And again, he goes over the steps, the process again, and what to expect. And he says, okay, so once we're inside the astral plane, it's going to be a little unnerving for some of you if you've never been there before. There is no real surface for you to walk upon. It's all through thought. If you think that you want to walk this direction or go up or go down or whatever, you just think it, and that's how you approach that way. If you do come across a solid surface, you can still choose to walk upon that. Again, it's just about your thought. Okay, so as long as you don't use consciousness or somehow lose your ability to think, you should be fine to move about and this plane, this area, as you see fit. Okay. I did bring everybody's token over, did I not? Did I miss anybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's still a
I see me.
thing.
We're all in Stonehenge. Is that where we should be?
Yep. Correct.
As he says, like, don't lose your consciousness. I'm like, should we like partner up and hold hands or ropes or something so that if one of us loses consciousness, the other one can hold them? Like, as I like put the leash back onto Daisy and tether it to myself.
And Brevin looks at you and kind of shrugs. That's your call. If you would feel that would be more to your liking, but I'll make sure that we don't get separated. I've traveled this one enough times that I'm not too concerned about any of you guys getting away from me. But if that will make you feel more secure, then I won't prevent you from doing that.
Okay.
Okay. And as Brevin is walking closer towards this big stone over here, again, no need for a perception check at this point. You guys all watch as one of the trees kind of starts to kind of shake a little bit, and you see a huge head kind of turn around and look at all you guys, and then starting kind of walk. Oop, wrong one. Get the right layer, Brian. Slowly kind of walking out of this lumbers out here. This giant tree with somewhat of a face on it and two large arms with barks for fingers. Kind of slowly walks out there, and it lowers its head towards Brevin, almost like it's bowing to it. And Brevin holds up one hand and kind of places it on the forehead. It says, "Ticknook, so nice to see you again, my friend." And you see the tree kind of turn its head and look towards all of you, and then back at Brevin. Who is this? And he slowly kind of points over towards you guys. And Brevin says, "It's okay, Ticknook. They're okay. They're friends. They're Muckle friends." He kind of slowly turns back towards you guys again. "Hello, Muckle friends." Kind of looks at each one of you.
Friend.
No need to make fun of Ticknook. Ha. Ha. Ha.
I just sort of
Still, this is
chuckle
gonna have
along.
flashbacks.
Flashbacks of?
That time he set that forest on fire.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, Sylvia, you're going to say something?
Oh, I was just saying that I kind of laughed along, like, I totally got that joke.
He kind of takes a step closer. Big lumbering steps. I mean, he's not really slow, but it just seems as he's stepping, it just seems like it's really slow. And he kind of leans down over you, Silith, and real close to you, and you see him kind of like he's trying to take a sniff. And as he sniffs, you can see little bits and pieces of plant and dirt kind of go up inside what you're assuming is his nostrils. Haven't smelled a dragon in a while.
So it's gonna be like dusting himself off of like dirt and branches or little twigs, and be like, "There's no call for that," and he's gonna like flap his robes.
It's okay. Turns back towards Brevin. He's a little dragon. And Joe does, "Okay, that's Ticknook. He's a small dragon." And Jodell kind of walks up to you guys and just forgive Ticknook, he's the protector here. No need to be alarmed. We've told him that you guys are Muggle friends, so you should feel safe here. But he's one of the guardians we have here, and he kind of puts a hand up on Ticknook's hand as it's kind of down at the bottom, like a gorilla stance, so to speak. Says, Ticknook, just go back to your watch. We'll call you if we need you. Ticknook kind of slowly turns toward Jodell. Says, yes, Muggle friend. And he slowly kind of turns around and walks back over into the forest. You see a couple of trees kind of they don't really get knocked out of the way. It's almost like they lean back out of his way as he kind of makes his way into the forest over here, and you guys can hear him slowly kind of rumbling off into the trees. Jodell's okay. Now we got that over with. Just again, we got a few friends here that keep the place under watch, as you can imagine. But Brevin, is this the one? And Brevin walks back over towards the portal over here, and he starts talking with one of the acolytes over here. Says, "Yes, Jodell, we can start the procedure anytime you're ready." And Jodell will turn to all you guys. Okay, guys, is there any last questions or anything on the preparations you guys want to do before we start this?
What was Ticknook?
Are you asking like Jodell, or are you asking like me, the DM?
Jodell.
And Jodell will kind of look at you somewhat surprised. Says, you don't know that's Ticknook is a treant.
That's what I thought. I was just making sure.
No. He's one of the Muggle friends we have here, and there are many others like him that serve as protection for this place. And that you guys are in this clearing. It's not as bright as this picture actually shows. I mean, there is a pretty good tree canopy above all of it, but there's a little bit more light shining through it than the rest of the forest where you guys came through. And he'll explain to you that this is the real Muggle stones here, and we got to keep this under protection for obvious reasons. And he'll turn around and let out a whistle. And as he does, you guys will see several Elven Rangers like you guys saw from the fight before. I'll make sure I pick them and not somebody else that's over here. Hint, hint. But they will appear from behind some of the stones, as they were completely hidden from your view as you walked up here. But if there's no other questions, preparations, let me begin the incantation. And he walks over here. The acolytes kind of walk on each side of this stone here, and Brevin takes a step back as well. And you guys watch as Jodell kind of walks up to each one of the runes on this giant statue right here, and kind of traces the runes. So go ahead.
Before he does, Didi will just walk up to him and says, "You've got the amulet that we need to put the gem into that we find. Is that right?"
Yes. I thought we agreed I was going to hold on to it for safekeeping.
No. I just need to see the size that I need to cut the gem to if we need to do it quick. Can I just have a quick look?
Oh, Jodell kind of pulls it out from underneath the robe. He says, the gnomes assured me that when you guys get to the core that the drill will cut the correct size. But yeah, here, by all means. And he kind of holds it out.
Okay. Oh, well, I'll just have a touch and look at it and go, okay, yep, got it. All right. If we need to do it really quick, I can do something that size. Excellent.
Okay. So
I'll toddle back.
All right. So he looks at the rest of you guys like, anything else you guys want to bring up, and if not, he'll go back to kind of tracing the runes. Go ahead.
Well, I think I'm good.
Okay. All right. So he goes back to start tracing the runes upon the stone. You guys watch after he traces over the same one about 3 times, it starts to kind of glow and light up. And it's the same thing over several of them, probably total like 15 of these runes, as he kind of keeps going back and forth, making these tracing symbols. And you see in the center of the stone, it starts to kind of get a dim light right in the center of it, almost like it's inside the stone itself, but shining through it. And it starts growing and growing, and eventually gets to a point where it's probably about a 10-foot radius of this glowing mist. You can't see through it. It's almost like it's a dark cloud that's kind of spinning, somewhat like not a violent, but a small tornado inside there. and he's holding his hand up as he's still saying the incantation. And Brevin looks at the rest of you guys. Okay, guys, are you ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
All right, and
Si, senor.
Brevin will pop into it first and disappear out of sight. All you know is the order in which you guys are going through.
I'll say, well, I'll go next if it's our normal stance. I'll just make it I just thought I'd let you know, I was watching him while he was doing everything, so if need be, we could do it again. And then just toddle this way.
Okay. And all I need is you guys to kind of put yourself in the general order that you're going through.
Yeah. I'll say to him just before we go, is it like a gate? Do we have to do the same thing on the other side to come through? We'll just be able to go through.
Who are you saying that to? Jodell?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, he's holding his hand up, still trying to keep the gate open. You see me, he doesn't really answer you, but he kind of shakes his head. Yes.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so I'll remember what we did or what he was doing, and I'll listen to what the acolytes were saying, and then toddle through.
Okay. So that's the order. We got Diddy, then Usul, then Silith, and Sylvia, and Toman.
Yeah.
Okay, did we lose Dr. P?
We'll do Dr. P at the rear.
Okay. All right. You see your token, right? I didn't put it on GM layer, did I?
I'm seeing it in the Stonehenge, but I can't. Oh, there I am. There.
Okay, just making sure I didn't screw something up. All right. So one by one, as you guys pop through, Diddy, the first one. As you pop through, you are basically floating in this. It looks like outer space. You can see that there's these pockets of different colors that are kind of swirling through the sky far off. You can see looks like maybe some kind of stone shapes that are kind of just floating or moving around very, very slow, if at all, off in the distance. You can see off on the horizon, looks like maybe like a stone castle or a keep or something like that, but all around there's like these pockets of fog all over the place, and these odd-looking stones that are in somewhat of a pattern. You're not sure if they're like paths or just randomly strewn out there, but it's a different feeling for you that to be kind of floating like this without having your feet to purchase anything on. And Brevin is standing there, kind of holding out one hand. Says, "Just give it a minute. You'll get used to it." And as you kind of listen to what he's talking about, using your thought process to kind of imagine yourself moving, you can feel yourself kind of just floating in the direction where you think yourself to go. Not any faster or slower than you would normally move, but it's like effortless after a few minutes.
And we're following prep.
Yeah, the same experience happened to each one of you guys. You guys pop through. Brevin will be there to kind of greet you, and kind of like you can hold his hand if you want as you get your bearings straight. But after just a couple minutes, you guys can somewhat easily navigate yourself, just like if you were walking.
So, just maybe this is a little bit meta, but I thought Limbo was like the formless plane where kind of if we imagined it, it would kind of be there. So if like we imagine we're walking on the ground, kind of just
but you're not in Limbo. This is the astral plane.
Oh no, in the astral, right? Sorry, that's why.
Yeah, this is the astral plane. This is what kind of connects the material plane with all the other ones. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's after this we get to the Limbo plane. Right?
Correct. Okay. Any other interactions or role playing you guys want to do from that first being popped into the astral plane?
I'm going to have a short leash on Rufus so that we can't get separated.
Okay. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, so you got Rufus on a leash. Twig's probably going to be with Buttercup. I'll let him decide when he comes back if he wants Buttercup on a leash. Dr. P, how are you doing this with your construct?
So can he come through with me, or so you got to stay behind?
What's his intelligence?
2.
I imagine you would have had this conversation probably before you went there. Being with such a low intelligence, you can still take him, and just his maneuverability may be dependent upon other things.
Dragging him?
Yeah, kind of, sort of, yes.
Now, do I believe... I mean, so we've listened... Dr. P's been there. He's listened to all these conversations. Does he believe that it's only in the astral plane that he'll have this trouble with Baymax, or will it be the whole time that they're in these other planes?
As long as your understanding of it, again, you haven't experienced it yet, but as the way Brevin and the rest of the guys kind of explained it to you, if there's something for your construct to have purchase on, then he'll be perfectly fine. If it's just out in space, he'll still be able to move. It's just whether or not he has control over what direction he moves is going to be the question, because his intelligence is only 2. And Brevin would have told you that there will be times when, especially within the plane of chaos, within the town of Shrockit lore, that it will be just like you're back on the material plane. And they'll be on a ship traveling to the spawning stone, so Baymax will be fine there. As far as the astral plane itself, where you guys are traveling right now, there will be spots or pockets of where there'll be something, solid for him to purchase spawn. But other times you may have to kind of drag him or push him around.
So here's what I'm thinking. Is Jodell and them staying behind, or are they coming with us?
Jodell's staying behind because he's going to start looking for more of these portals where the Slidey were coming through. Brevin was the only one traveling with you guys.
So as Dr. P's preparing to enter the portal, he's going to turn to Jodell and say, "Take good care of Baymax for me while I'm gone."
And Jodell kind of, which again, he's still concentrating on the spell, can't speak, but he kind of looks at you and nods his head.
No.
Yes.
Shakes his head no. Rasputin goes, thanks.
Baymax, you guard Jodell and follow him back to Mucklestone and meet me when I'm done.
Okay. Jodell's kind of chuckling as he's holding the gate open.
There you go.
I'll bring Charlie through, but if Betamax wants to ride Charlie, he can.
I don't know who Charlie is, man.
Oh, he's the warhorse. So he's got 7 intelligence, so he should be all right.
I don't think my giant spiky ball of death can ride your warhorse.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Oh, I forgot it's spiky all over, isn't it? Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Speaking of which, Brian, we got to update him. I can't update him, but he's got much beefier. That Baymax has 200 hit points, by the way, everyone.
Whoa.
Yeah, so he's pretty badass at this point. Okay.
So you'll have to tell me if he actually gets 2 attacks or just 1. If I'm level 11, but Tinker level 10.
But when you get the extra attack feature, it's your choice. Either both of them can be yours, or one can be his and one can be yours. If that makes sense.
Yeah, we'll leave Baymax behind.
Okay. All right. That's your call. All right. So you guys all get in there. You start getting acclimated to it. And then Brevin kind of huddles you guys all together. Okay, so stay close. Follow my lead. We're not out of danger within this plane. And he would have shared some of this with you guys before. So there's all kinds of things that we could encounter here. But just stay with me. I've done this path a few times. I think I've got a safe route to go. But just keep an eye out for anything that may be out here. Now, would any of you guys ask him specifics about what you may run into, or you just take his word for it to keep your eye out?
I'd be like, what exactly are we looking for? Or looking out for?
And Brevin says, well, basically anything that's not material. Not sure how familiar some of you guys are with the astral plane, and as he's leading you guys, as he leads you guys, he's kind of going from, you're looking for a small rock or a large rock or anything that's kind of in the astral sea itself, and kind of leading you guys to that area, kind of jumping from spot to spot is somewhat of a cover, I guess you could say that. But as he's doing it, he's kind of sharing with you guys that within the astral sea itself, that there are, some say this is where the old gods are, the ones that nobody knows about or believes in anymore, have come here to die. He said there's other type of beings that use this as transport like we are. So there could be anything from the elemental plane of fire to the 9 hells. It could be anything traveling about here. But that's why he said just keep your eyes out, and if you see anything at a distance, just keep your distance, but share with the group anything you see. And he also shared with you guys that this is a hunting ground for his other nemesis, the Githyanki. And they typically travel in ships here, so it'll be very easy to see them if something comes up. But he says, other than that, there could be really anything, just like we're here. So anything that knows how to or finds a portal to get in here, it could be in here.
Okay.
So when he says anything, it really is anything. Okay?
Okay.
Yep.
Anything you guys want to expand upon on that, or ask him anything more, or you good with that?
No.
That sounds good.
Okay. All right. So again, he's leading you guys from spot to spot, kind of stopping every once in a while to kind of rest and kind of look around and scope out things. You guys can again see some things off in the distance. Matter of fact, you may see something that looks like almost like a giant that's way off in the distance.
We're going to avoid that.
And as you guys look at it, and I'm assuming one of you guys will probably point out to Brevin, or if he didn't point out to you, and Brevin will chime in, because that's not necessarily just a giant. That's a what you guys call it in the material plane, a titan. It's much bigger than a giant. So yeah, we need to give that thing plenty of space. I've seen him many times. I've never actually come in contact with him, but I don't want today to be that day. Okay? And he kind of points off in the distance. And you guys notice that while you're in here, there's not really like a sun. There's not really like a moon, but it's like a dim light all the time. Almost like candlelight all around. I mean, not real strong, but not real soft. So you can see everywhere. It's just you're not sure where the light source is actually coming from. It'll point off in the distance to a couple of, I can't tell if it's ruins or like almost like mountain ranges or something like that. It says, over there is where I found the portal to, so it's not much further now. And this goes on for probably what you'd assume probably 2, maybe 3 hours of kind of jumping around from spot to spot. And matter of fact, a couple times as you stop along one of these boulders, whatever, Brevin actually places his hands upon the boulder for a little bit, and you guys all move at the same time as the boulder. But he only does that occasionally when there's nothing else within vision. And he tells you guys that if anything larger than us that moves is, as you can tell, easy to see. So I only do this if we look like we're in the clear. But again, a couple hours go by, and you guys eventually approach the area where he says the gate is. You guys go around a rather large, almost like a mountain range, so to speak, but just floating in the air. And you actually go underneath it. On the other side is a smaller outcropping of, it looks like some sort of a ruin maybe, but it's mostly just different little islands of boulders, with one that has like a little arch on it. Looks kind of similar to a typical teleportation ring. So let me switch you over to that map. Which one was it? Was it this one? Nope, not that one. Sorry, this is me talking to myself as I switch on my different maps here to get my bearings. Ah, yeah, it's going to be that one. Except Photius is not there. Why do I have Photius on the map? That would have been weird for you guys. This one here. So, I don't know if you guys can see that if I don't have your tokens on there yet.
I can see it.
Okay. Right.
It's just a...
Let me zoom back out here. Alright, so you guys are basically... I'll drop your tokens in a second. But you guys are basically approaching from this general area right here. And you guys will see that over here there's like a walkway that goes over the top between like, this island and this island. And underneath it, you guys can barely make out some kind of a teleportation ring. It's underneath that walkway. And he kind of points over saying that's the portal right there. Okay, so let me drop you guys in here. I should have copied and pasted you guys, but we can get there this way as well. Characters.
It's very pretty, Brian.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
I literally stopped and beer burped halfway through that, so I apologize. It was pretty gross. As I said, it was pretty.
That's very pretty.
A party. You got a party mouth.
It's party.
Diddy and Silith and Toman. Okay, did I get everybody? That's everybody that's here? Oh, Twig. Technically, Twig and Corn here as well, but I'm not going to drop the tokens in unless they're actually here. Everybody there? Oh, I guess it would help if you had Brevin there still, huh? Don't go too far, Dr. P. Stay right where you were. Where did I put Brevin?
Yeah, it was spinning around going, wee!
Alright. So, again, Brevin's still kind of leading you guys up here. And you're kind of floating over the air, but he's okay, just everybody just wait right here, and he'll point to this spot right here on the map. Just wait right here. There's something I got to do before we go any further up there. And he'll kind of make his way across this chasm here towards the gate over here. So go ahead and place yourselves all right here, please. So that when the fireball hits, it'll get everybody.
Okay, there you go. That's close.
I don't see myself.
You don't see yourself, Silith?
There we go. Oh, I couldn't get the zoom proper. I got that bar thing in the way.
Right in here, Silith.
There we go. Yep, right over there.
Okay, Sylvia, you with us? Did we lose Sylvia?
Not muted, but don't see her.
Okay, well, I'll move her over here. Alright, so Brevin kind of floats his way over in this direction. Gets about right here and he stops. And you see him kind of pull out of his pouch on the side a couple things. Give me a perception check. If you even care to see what he's pulling out of his pouch.
Sure.
Perception.
Wow, Usul, that was actually really bad for you. I can't believe that. 16?
That's horrible.
Dizzy and I are just like, he's got a belt.
And we're looking at each other going, what?
Alright, even with Usul's shitty roll of a 2, he gets a 16. So Usul, it looks to you like he's pulling out some kind of a... You're not exactly sure, but it's like a small animal. Like maybe it's a frog, maybe it's a little mouse or something like that out of his pouch. And he starts to kind of chuck them over in this direction. And as he chucks a couple of them over there, you guys start seeing like some of the rocks over here start to kind of move and kind of skitter around the ground. And then several of the rocks kind of pounce on one of those things, and then they all kind of conglomerate together. I think like it's a huge section. Here, let me do this, just so you guys can see it. How big this thing is. Token layer. These things look just like rocks with legs. They kind of pop out and just pounce on whatever he just throws on the ground over here. And they all kind of conglomerate on this thing, and you see rocks and legs and something go flying all over the place. And they grab all the pieces. He continues to throw more and more onto the ground. And you see all of them kind of grab them, and they kind of migrate, well, if I can move them, up along the wall over here. And they all kind of stand on the other wall, kind of eating away at these frogs and these whatever it was he threw over there. And he kind of motions back to you guys. Okay, come on now. Let's go. He starts walking towards the gate over here.
Floaty, float.
Nobody makes their jump on the first try.
Okay, then don't get yourself any further than right here, where like Silith and Usul are. Because you guys all move pretty much about the same pace there.
If Neo can't do it, Dr. P is going to have.
Okay, so Brevin walks up to the gate, and you see the same runes along the edge there. And he says, okay, just give me just a minute. So these guys will be occupied for a while, but he hands his pouch off to whoever wants to hand it. So I got a few more in here. If they start looking this way, just toss them a few more and they'll be okay. And he starts kind of doing the same similar incantation Joe Dell was doing. And you guys see this gate already has somewhat of a luminescent on it. It's black in color, but it's the same kind of swirling thing you saw before, although it was gray before when Joe Dell was doing it. And I need everybody to give me a perception check, please. And of course, Usul will probably be the first one to see it.
Silith!
Wow, Usul! That's even worse than last time!
Even worse. Wow.
Silith sees all.
Alright, no surprise round. switch. Don't forget when you first see them. What time is it? It is 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock my time.
Yeah, it's like it's 1 o'clock.
Midnight.
And you guys watch as Brevin starts to kind of call upon this. Dr. P, what did Dr. P roll?
16.
Yeah, everybody got like 15 or higher, right?
No, Diddy's
Tolman.
asleep.
Diddy's asleep?
Yeah.
Dude, he's got a 3.
Diddy's got a 0 on perception because of his hat.
Dude, Diddy is still trying to figure out how he can get back under Jodell's key.
It's probably because he's riding his horse, going, we keep spinning.
Oh, you're riding your horse in this shit?
That's probably the reason. I can't see anything. Whee!
Right, you guys all watch.
He uses a horse's intelligence to move. I think it's probably Baymax or lower.
No, they're actually quite smart. These ones go left, I'll go right.
All right.
Well, everybody except Diddy sees these, like a ball of, you're not sure if it's guts, if it's just a bunch of eyeballs, but you can definitely see some eyeballs kind of come rolling out from underneath this stone here. This one come rolling out from underneath where you guys are now, and this one came rolling out from behind this boulder over here. And it's this ball of weird-looking eyeballs and intestines and whatever, and they're slowly kind of making their way around. And everybody roll initiative.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I'm sure I can top that. I think I get a +0.
Don't forget to click your token first.
Yeah. Let's grab him. There we go. And the old initiative. Oh, there you go. I beat ya.
You beat the wrong one.
An excellent roll. You will definitely be first next round.
Oh, there they are.
That fits real good with his perception. Everybody in there?
2, 3,
Yeah.
5. No. We're missing Toman.
Did we lose Toman?
Toman, Timmy.
Hey, Toman.
Rich, wake up, Rich.
Sorry,
He fell asleep.
Are you with us?
I am here.
Okay, need you to roll initiative.
Do. Boop.
You've got to try and get lower than a 3. Ah, no.
Oh, he didn't. He didn't click it on the thing. His thing first. You put him in there, Brian.
What number did he get?
Just
9.
put the 9 in.
Okay. Where's your token?
He added it there, so just amend it on the table.
Oh.
Now he's in
Right.
there twice. Perfect.
All right, so now everybody's in here.
I just need a Charlie token, but
Brian, describe it, man. What are we seeing? What are these eyeball-looking things? They look hostile.
Yeah,
I mean, it's guts and eyeballs,
it's a giant ball of different shapes and colors, and they're all kind of shaking, almost like it's someone like on meth. You know what I mean? All the eyes are looking all over the place and just shaking all over the place, but they are slowly kind of making their way towards each one of you guys.
Quick question, Toman. What's your dex?
My dex is 18.
Okay, yeah, you're first.
Hey, Dr. P, what do you want to do after seeing this thing here?
Oh, man, he would like to do a lot of things. He wants to put on a scope. He wants to inject himself with an adrenaline dart. But instead, he only has time to take a couple quick shots at the thing coming from his south. Relatively.
Okay, let's see it. Oh shit, I forgot to do for Brevin. Sorry. Let me do his initiative real quick. Yeah, that was awesome.
So he got a 18 and did 19 damage.
Damn! 19 damage.
With the first shot, did it hit on a roll
yeah.
18?
Yeah, that hit. So 19.
He's got one more shot. Oh, even better.
Nice.
19 for 16 damage. So 35 damage between the two shots.
Okay, so let me do the math.
Oh, that's your new crossbow. Well done.
All right, so as you
Oh,
is
same,
that two
same
shots,
old
right?
crossbow. Tillman got the new crossbow.
Ah, that's the short bow, sorry.
So 2 shots, right?
Yeah, that was 2 shots and 35 damage.
Okay. How about that? All right, so as you take 2 shots at it, you see it kind of pierce through, and it hits one eyeball right in the center of it, and it kind of pop. And the rest of the eyes within that mass just kind of, you can see them kind of shift out of the way. You still hit several of them, but doesn't hit quite as many as you thought it should have. Almost like it, moved out of the way after the first one got hit.
Oh, interesting.
You still did some damage to it. I mean, a lot of damage to it.
Even with the better shot, the second shot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very cool.
Okay.
As far as moving, Dr. P's going to try to go stand. He's going to. Is it like an intellect to move, or we still have 30-foot move? What do we got?
By this point, you've got your bearing straight. It's still your normal move speed. Just again, you can move up, down, sideways, whatever you want.
Now, what are those things to the north? Are those bad things?
Those were the things that Brevin threw like a little frog or a rat to. They all attacked it, and they went up on the wall right there.
All right. Brevin seems to know what is going on with the little rat thing, so I'm going to kind of snuggle up near him.
Okay. Yeah, and you guys would have all seen these things all originated kind of right here in front of where the portal was until he threw the things down. Then they all kind of picked up their treats and then moved over here to the wall. All right, so you're done, Dr. P?
That's it.
Okay, Usul.
All right, this one closest to me here, I'm going to hit that thing with poison.
Okay, let's see it. That's a con save, huh? Yeah, let's do mine in the open. Yeah, they're good with that. Poison spray. That's within 10 feet? Yeah, it's within 10 feet.
Yep.
16 poison. Holy shit. That's pretty good, buddy.
3d12.
Alright, so Usul reaches back a hand and kind of this green stuff squirts out of his hand, I'm assuming, and lands over top. You see him kind of sizzle and come with the eyes, kind of shake even more. And some of them kind of move out of the way, but you see a lot of them get kind of melted as it kind of drips down through the thing. And actually, there's no gravity here, so I guess it just hits it and then just kind of sits there and floats on top of all the eyeballs. You see him kind of shitter and kind of try to get away from it. Anything else, Usul?
I'm going to retreat a little bit if I can.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's it.
Okay. These guys are up. Alright, so, first things first. What's the range on this? Ah, yes, I forgot how that worked. Alright, so this guy, I'll have him go first since he's closest. Where is everybody? I can't see everybody. Who's that underneath? Oh, it's Sylvia right there. Sorry, Sylvia. It comes up and just engulfs around you, Sylvia. And I need you to make me a charisma saving throw. As the thing engulfs around you, see all the eyes kind of turn in on you as you're inside this giant ball of eyeballs and guts and whatever else is inside here.
Charisma, you say?
Yep. Aren't you lucky that I chose you first? Oh, shit. Let me see if it's half damage, though. Every time. Nope, does not affect. Okay, so as these things look at you, you can feel like your eye is almost like burning as they're all looking at you again. You kind of close your eyes real tight and you kind of shake it off, and you don't seem to have any kind of enduring effects from that. That's it. But they are basically.
Go away!
But you're basically engulfed inside this thing right now. They're all about you, and you guys can see bits and pieces of Sylvia inside this thing, but she is fully inside of this swarming thing of eyeballs and guts. Okay, I gotta double check my distance. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. This one's going to float up towards you, so it'll do the exact same thing. Get engulfed by this thing. Give me a charisma save.
Oh shit.
Oh, no.
Alright, so which one do I want to choose?
You're not 10 foot near me. Oh, it wouldn't matter with the 4 anyway.
Alright, so... Nope, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so you are... As you watch these eyeballs all kind of look at you, you can feel almost like there's a constriction or something about your whole body, and your whole body just kind of tenses up. You are basically affected by hold person right now for 2 rounds. Oh yeah, my condition tokens. I forgot about those. Let me pull those up. I don't think I had one for hold though, did I?
I don't know, you had about 100 of them.
Yeah, I don't think hold was one of them.
But you might have a paralysis one. That's
Or grappled. I think I saw grappled. I think you just scanned an O-ring.
All right, that's that one. This last one over here. Oh, is he too far away? Oh, he's not. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo again. Why do I keep... You're good on charisma, right, Diddy?
yeah, pretty good.
Give me a charisma save.
It's my best, I think. Charisma. It should be all right. Here you go. That I do get more than a 0-1.
Alright, so
It's
just like...
not a 3, did he?
Just like Sylvia, you watch all these eyeballs kind of just swarm around you, and all of them kind of turn, at least the ones that you can see, all turn and look towards you as their eyes are kind of shaking and mesmerizing. You can feel the same thing, like your eyes are turning bright, and you're feeling yourself start to shake, but you shake it off. Okay, now I need everybody that can see these things, which is everybody, to give me a... Was that a con save? Yeah, con save, please.
That's a saving throw, right?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Okay, anybody that got a 13? Nobody got 13? Okay, anybody lower than 13, you are now blinded.
I can't see.
Now I gotta read this, see if it's every time.
Did I need to do that as well? Right.
Hold on, I'm reading the thing again. Sorry, I haven't looked at these guys in a while.
So,
Yeah,
Tomlin,
it's
you
everybody.
probably
Yeah, everybody, even you, Usul.
if you're within 10 feet of me, you get +4 on your save.
Oh, sweet.
All right.
I am blind.
So, did you get a 13 then?
No, I got a 9.
Dude, I thought you got +4 on your save. Or is that included?
That's including it.
Oh, shit. You rolled another
I'm
3.
great for others. I'm just not so good for myself.
You just rolled another 3, dude. That's what it shows.
That's
Yeah,
my thing.
I gotta roll for Brevin. Remind me to keep doing shit for Brevin. I keep forgetting about him.
No, I gotta roll for.
You know, but that actually helps Toman, though. Toman will get a 15, and
Still is
I'm
blind.
sorry, still. Wait, Toman has like multiple. You know, you rolled investigation.
Oh, never mind. Coleman's blind.
No, he actually, yeah, he's blind. He got 11.
Yeah, I only have an 11 for a con, but Rufus made his save.
Alright, so who all is blinded?
Sylith. And Toman.
And Diddy.
And Diddy.
I can't see.
Who else did I miss?
Diddy.
Yeah, I got this one right here. Kind of counts as you, Diddy. So just 3 of you? Because Brevin made his save.
Tolman, Diddy.
Yeah, so Tolman, Diddy. You 3 are blinded. Okay, that's it for their turn.
So that's disadvantage on attack rolls, or?
Mm-hmm.
Blinded, let me read the status to you. Automatically fails any ability check that requires sight. Attack rolls have disadvantage. Attackers have advantage.
So I can still cast spells, though?
Just have disadvantage if you need sight.
Cool.
Okay? Alright, that's it for them. Tolman, you're up.
All right. Well, I have a general idea what creature in front of me in by Diddy there, this one. So I am going to slash out with the bladed crossbow for a melee attack.
Okay. Which one? Oh, probably the one right next to you, huh? Well, you're next to 2 of them. Which one? I didn't see if you clicked.
Oh, this one here.
Okay.
Everyone's rolling 3s.
Yeah.
And that misses. You got kind of. You're almost like you're scared to kind of, stab it because it's right in the middle of Diddy, and you kind of jab at it, and the eyes kind of see you coming, and they spread apart, and you pull back the last second because your blade's about to go stick into Diddy.
Okay.
Anything else on your turn?
And let's see. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna yell out. Is everyone blind that's around me?
I can't see.
You can't.
Is everyone around me blind?
Give me a perception check. See if you can even tell, because you're blind.
Well, I'm asking. I'm not looking. I'm asking out loud. My character. Tolman says, "Is everyone blind that's here?"
Have you seen my son?
I can't see. Can anybody see?
No.
And if no one says I can see, I'm going to do something.
Well, Sylvia, would you say?
I can see. Sylvia yells, "I can see."
Oh, okay. And I'm not going to do anything else.
Okay, that's it for him. Silith, you're up next.
Silith's trying to decide what he wants to do. Tough. What is this? Something's not right here. Oh, there it is. Why is it? Oh, just the description's not right. Never mind. So if I use something that gives me advantage, does it count the disadvantage, or just puts me normal?
It would negate the disadvantage. Maybe. Depends on what it is. Since you're blinded, depends on what you're doing to get rid of that blinded status.
He's going to fairy fire him so he can see him better.
What the hell?
Yeah.
My dog's freaking out.
Oh. Give me a second.
Yeah, let me go see what the hell's going on. Sorry, guys. 1 second.
How's it? Ooh, I'm trying to decide if I want to use my cards or not, but I think these guys are too small. So I'm just going to attempt murder anyways. Advantage.
I'm just gonna fireball everyone if you like to.
Blamf.
Let me just make sure I can get everyone. Yeah, I think I can get everyone.
Oh.
Fireball.
Light it up. Light it up.
Cleanse.
I mean, saying a drop of blades and who's Lloyd?
You sold my dead bird to a blind kid?
All right, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that.
You're back.
Some kids out in the front yard at 10 o'clock at night, and my dog didn't like it.
Understandable.
Yell at them to get off your dog.
All right, so where were we? I'm...
Silith is attacking.
Okay. Silith?
Silith is gonna attack the one next to Toman. And Sylvia here. And they're both next to Toman, so the one next to Sylvia, I should say.
Do you mean the one that is eating me?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with Sacred Flame.
Okay, so that... I gotta read the spell. Sorry, since you don't have the description there.
Did I not have it? Yeah, the description's not in the text for some reason.
Well, you gotta turn it on. There's a checkbox that allows you to turn it on or off. So 1 second, I'll get there in just a second. Sacred Flame. Yay, don't we love listen to me go through pages so I can read something? Sacred Flame. Flame-like radiant descends on a creature that you can see within range.
Oh, is it C? Okay, I don't have the text either, that's why.
Okay.
So, yeah, for some reason in Roll20, the description says up to 2 creatures within 5 feet. That's all it said.
Really? Okay, I'll have to fix that later, but the actual spell...
Yeah, there's one that allows you to click detailed.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have anything for this one for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Bizarre.
So we'll rewind. I'll let you cast something else, but that one requires you to see.
Okay, you know what? I will just go ahead and swing my Mace of Storm. How's that?
Okay, so that's at disadvantage. And that misses. So you kind of swing wildly, and Sylvia, you don't see this, but you're kind of swinging around, and the eyes kind of, you don't see it, Silith, but they kind of see the mace coming, they split, move out of the way, and just... Matter of fact, Sylvia, you can feel like something kind of like whack the top of your hood.
Ooh.
Anything else, Silith?
No, I think that's gonna be it. That's all I can... yeah, no... While it's wrapped around them, is it like engage with them, or do I provoke opportunity attacks if I try and flee?
There's one way to find out.
Yeah, I'll stay here. Also, actually, I never read that. Would we be in like difficult terrain consideration where we're blind, or does it matter since we're in limbo and we just go wherever we think?
You can go wherever you think. Yeah, it doesn't prevent you from moving.
So if I think Brevin, I can slide towards Brevin.
Oh, no. I mean, you gotta I want to go, this direction or that direction. You can't say, I want to go to Brevin, and you don't have to go there because you don't know where he is.
Yeah, not fair enough.
Alright.
Alright, no, that's it for me then.
You gonna stay there?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so Brevin kind of freaks out and tells everyone, he screams. I guess he technically would have done this at the beginning, but okay, bad DM. Says, everybody, avert your eyes. Don't look at them.
The warning at the end of the label.
It was kind of like a surprise round, so yeah, there you go. All right. So at that, he's going to he's going to pull. He gave the sack to somebody, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay, so did anyone volunteer for that? Did I need to roll randomly to see who he gave the sack to?
No one volunteered.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, he gave it to Diddy.
Diddy the pack mule.
Alright, so as a free action, he's going to yell to you, Diddy, to drop the sack.
Okay.
Not near you.
Okay.
And then he's going to... Oh, shit.
It's not time for that.
He knows what these things are, so he's not going to do what he would normally do. Shit. Alright, so those of you can see, he runs up next to Usul here, and he's going to pull out his sword. As I recall, where's your sword? Wow, he uses that so often, I don't even have it in his shortcuts. Awesome. So I got to pull up his character sheet. A ranger using a sword? What the hell's that? Oh shit, they're short swords too. How about that? Oh, he's going to run up to next to Usul here and start whacking with his short sword. If I can click on the right frickin' one. Where's it at? There it is. Oh shit, I got him GM whispered to me. One hits, one doesn't. And so you can kind of feel some of them kind of get whacked off to one side of you. Another one kind of whiffs. Oop, I don't want to decrease Usul's hit points. This guy's. Nah. Okay, that's it for his turn. Sylvia, you're up.
Okay. So, I'm surrounded, or how is this thing encompassing me?
Think of it, I'm probably getting away some metagame here, like a swarm. If it was like a swarm of bats or swarm of rats, they are all around you and encompassing your space.
Swarm of guts.
Swarm of eyes.
Okay. I am going to activate. I'm going to use my. I'm going to activate my amulet of spell storing and use one of my charges, which is a mage armor, because I'm super cool like that.
Okay.
And as my action, I am going to. I can float straight up.
You can.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to float my full movement straight up.
Okay. That's fine. So as you go up, you can feel the eyeballs still kind of surrounding you a little bit, but you're able to kind of break out. I mean, you just get within. You stay within contact of them, or you're trying to break away from them?
No, I'm trying to break out of them. So like I'm like trying to be like a rocket man, just jet blasting straight up.
Okay. So as you kind of break free of them, moving up and out of it, I need you to make me another charisma save.
Okay. Wait.
If you're within 10 feet of me, you do get +4.
Yeah. 16?
Oh, 15? What you said? Or 16?
16, because it's a +4 from Diddy.
Okay, same thing. You see all the eyes just kind of looking at you like they're penetrating into your soul. And you can feel yourself kind of starting to shake a little bit, but you're able to break free and get out of its range for now.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Sylvia?
Yeah, because I think that was I used my action to, and then my bonus action was to move, right?
Your movement's part of any kind of action. It didn't require a bonus action to make your move. No.
Okay. So then I'm going to use my I'm going to use my spell ability that lets me cast this quicken spell, which lets me cast the spell as a bonus action. And I'm going to use that to cast Scorching Ray onto the thing I just flew out of.
Okay.
Both bolts are going to go towards it.
Holy shit, that's a lot of 11 and a 23. And so the first one goes wide, like you're almost like shaking off the thing that tried to do it to you, and you kind of nonchalant try to shoot one, and it missed. Second one lands right in the center of it. And what kind of damage is this?
Yeah. Fiery damage.
Yeah, 2d6 fire damage. Alright, you see a lot of the eyeballs almost like shrivel up and pop from the heat, and there's like little bits and pieces of blood go splattering out all over the place. Again, there's not really gravity here, but just it kind of explodes in spots. Takes pretty good damage there, but it's still there's still a glob sitting there.
Okay, and as the guts start popping and I go, barbecue's on.
Okay, is that it for you, Sylvia?
Yeah, and that was a pretty close wild magic roll. Jeez Louise.
Yep. So how far up did you go to get away from it?
I went my full 30 feet.
Okay. All right, so you're roughly 25 feet away from it. Let me make myself a note of that. I'll forget that. Come on. 25 feet. All right. All right, so Diddy, you're up next, and you are blinded.
Okay. Yeah, I am blinded. So Diddy will do his holy thing. So I only get one attack, and he takes a shot, trying to slam one of these guys.
Like Tolman or Silith, you mean?
One of the creatures.
Oh, you said these guys, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. One of these
Come
little
on.
eyeball guys. So 16.
18 as well, right? You did 2 attacks, right?
No, I lose one because I'm using the holy thing. So I only it's with disadvantage though. So the 16.
Okay. Yeah, 16. You swing. It's kind of hard not to hit something when it's all around you, but you find your purchase and slam into it. So is it that 23? No shit.
Yep. Because I'm slamming it, and I get extra radiant damage now because I'm 11th level.
All right. So you kind of this is what holy slam. What's this? What's your weapon? This is your greatsword or something?
Yeah, it's a great sword. So it's 2d6.
Okay.
And then it's 10 extra, and then +3 for my strength.
Okay. So.
And then 1 more for something. Oh, it must be magical sword. There you go.
All right. So as your first strike, I guess your only strike, hits it, you kind of scrape through, and you can feel and hear the kind of the guts and popping sounds of whatever ripping through some whatever sinew or flesh or something like that. And I guess you can almost feel the radiant damage kind of exploding there as well. But you can't really see what damage you did. All you can do is feel it.
Yep.
Okay. What else?
Yep. And as a bonus action, I will cast... let's have a look. I will do a Shield of Faith. Go, and I will cast B19. That's basically it. Unless it attacks one of my... Oh, I can't see it. I can't do... what is it? A sentinel, unless I can see, so I probably can't see it.
Okay. Just verify for me. I didn't take your hit points away. I didn't reduce yours, did I?
Did I take damage?
No, they did. But they're right on top of you, so I'm just making sure I didn't take the hit points from you instead of it.
No, I'm fine. I got mine.
Okay, all right.
I got mine.
Okay, all right. All right, so what else, Diddy? Anything?
No, I'll just stay there. And do you get another save at the end of the round for the blindness or not?
You'll see coming up.
Okay.
Okay. Dr. P, you're up.
Dr. P is going to avert his gaze, but hopefully he catches a glimpse of kind of where they're at as he does, and he's going to fire at that one that's kind of on top of them.
Okay.
So the first shot is AC.
So click again on which one you're shooting at. Okay, the one right next to you. And you have crossbow expert, so that doesn't put disadvantage on it already, right?
Well, so I applied disadvantage to it because I'm closing my eyes, but I mean, I do have sharpshooter, but that's just for range and cover.
Okay, yeah, so it's still disadvantage if you're reverting your eyes. That's fine. So 14. So you kind of keep your eyes down and you're pulling your short bow back and you let loose, and you don't know if you hit or not. You don't hear anything. You hear Usul kind of... No, Usul wouldn't even see it either. He's just hell. He's not blind. But no, you hit nothing.
Okay. I do that with second shot, just trying, and
same result.
Thing I got.
Okay, anything else, Dr. P?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, Usul.
I am...
You're held.
Held. Can I do anything?
I'm going to look up the status real quick. I thought I had it on my cheat sheet, but I don't. So 1 second. I got to look up more shit. Conditions. Condition. What's your condition? Really? Held's not a condition? Then why the hell did you say held in the freaking thing? I guess I got to read their thing. What does held mean?
Except for like.
Oh, it's hold person. That's
hold
why.
person.
It's a spell, not a condition. Stupid.
Immobilized.
Stupid DM. Doesn't know shit. Hold person. Hold person. Must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, be paralyzed for the duration, up to a minute. At the end of each of its turns, the target can make another wisdom saving throw. Well, it's charisma for this guy. But yeah, on a success, the spell ends on the target. So it was a charisma save at the beginning, correct? That's what I had you do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that's I can make another one now?
Yeah, at the end of your turn.
Okay. Well, because I can't do anything else, correct?
Correct. You're basically paralyzed. And you're still paralyzed.
Yeah.
At least you're not blind. You can see what they're about to do to you. Okay, so they're up next. Okay, so Diddy, to your answer, no, there is no more saves. You're blind, you're blind.
Cool. I don't like these guys.
Alright, so first things first, we'll get this guy that's surrounding a guy that is blind. Now, hold on a second, I gotta read this again, because this is gonna be fun. Do. Another Constitution save. Diddy?
Uh-oh. Coming up. We go. Oh, that's better.
Oh, much better. All right, so these things continue to. Well, you're blind, right? So you can't see it. So who can see this? No one can see it, but you can. Diddy, you can feel like your eyeballs, like they're bulging, like they're wanting to come out of their own sockets. But you almost like clench your eyes again, and you nothing happens.
I should have bought that freaking eyeball. I should have bought the ersatz eye.
Okay, so at that, this one here, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, Silith, need you to make me a charisma saving throw. No, you're already blind, aren't you? Never mind, you need to make me a con save.
God, I like that for charisma saving.
I know you do.
Wait, it's a saving throw still, right? Not a
saving throw.
Yeah.
So it's 12, huh?
Oh, 8 plus 4.
Yeah, plus
4. Yeah.
Oh, 16.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Alright, same thing as you. You can't see what happened, but you can feel like your body getting enveloped by something slimy and gooey all around you, and they're slithering all over your body and around your head. Same thing. You feel like your eyeballs trying to get pulled out of their sockets, and you kind of clench your eyes and put your hands up to your eyeballs real quick, and you're able to kind of fight it off. But it was a very, very weird feeling for you. And Usul, you need to give me a charisma save at disadvantage. Well, you're held, so it'd be disadvantage anyway. So.
Okay. What is this one for?
You'll see.
Or not, as the case may be.
Bet you regret shaving your head now.
Okay, and that was at disadvantage, right?
I was.
All right, so now you are also blinded.
Oh, but I would have. Oh shit! I couldn't have closed my eyes when he yelled. When Bremen yelled.
Yep, but you didn't say it.
Okay.
All right, so you're blind and held at this point. Let me double check the. Oh, it's the end of your turn now. Let me double check the held thing. Oh yeah, I told you it's 2 rounds. That's how long you were held. All right.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, so that was the second round.
That was the first round.
Okay. All right.
So
one more round, you'll be held.
At the end of next round, I should be released or whatever it is.
Okay. All right. So that's all of their turns. All right, Toman, you're up, buddy. And you're blind.
Still blinded. Wild shot with melee attack. Bladed crossbow. Oh,
Yeah.
I hit that time.
You know what you
And
hit.
I'm going to do a bonus action and pull the trigger.
Okay, hold on one second. I'm trying to figure out how I want to rule this. Okay, so you don't see. How do you know there's a bunch of them around Diddy?
If it hasn't moved, I saw where it was.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember if they blinded you first before they moved, or they moved and then you were blinded.
It was after.
Was it? Okay, all right.
Because they were
I'll go
already
with that.
there, next attack Sylvia and that beforehand.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so that one hits. You can feel it kind of hit a bunch of something. You're hoping it's not Diddy, but it hit something.
Right, and so I can attack because I've stabbed it. I'm going to do with the special feature of this crossbow and pull the trigger on the bolt with advantage, so it'll wipe out the disadvantage. Now, here's the question I have. As a rogue, if I have advantage, well, actually, it's canceled out, so it's no longer advantage. Never mind. So it won't be sneak attack, but it'll just be a regular bolt
Oh,
attack.
you should still get sneak attack because I'm within 5 feet of you and attacking it.
DM roll?
Roll your attack first. Oh, I was hoping it'd be like something low. Don't have to worry about it now, do you?
No.
All right, so he's blinded though. See, that's the key there. If he wasn't blinded, I would say yeah, he gets it. But the fact that he's blinded, I'm gonna rule you don't get sneak attack on that.
Okay, that's fine.
That's
So
not fair.
I stabbed it for 10, and then I place a bolt into it for 8.
Again, you're blinded, so you have no idea what you did, but you can hear a bunch of something sounds like you're hitting something.
Diddy just says, "You missed me." That's all I can tell you.
Okay, anything else, Toman?
Yeah, I'm going to say Rufus attack.
Oh yeah, let me drop Rufus in there for you. I forgot all about him. Oh, this will be fun. How attached are you to Rufus?
Very.
Joking.
Very best friend in the whole wide world. I don't know if I can survive this loss.
He's going to be a seeing eye.
Well, before he does that, Rufus needs to make me a charisma save.
Initiative?
Because he would have been there.
We get advantage because it's basically like canned dog food that's floating around.
You think that's bad? I've got a horse floating around. It's probably also canned dog food.
Oh, is he rolling his own initiative, or is he with you?
Horses and dogs? I would have brought my construct.
No, charisma save. Lucky for you, it's a charisma save, not a constitution. Because that would have been a fail.
Well, he gets the +4 from Diddy, so 13. He would have had a 13.
No, you got to roll it again. That's constitution. I want you to roll me a charisma save for that first thing that you guys all were part of.
16.
16? Okay.
Oh, so 16.
Okay, they're mighty.
Okay. All right, so you can't
He's
tell.
right
but
next.
Rufus is fine. Although he looks kind of funny running in place. All right, he's going to try to attack the swarm that's around Diddy, I guess.
Yeah, because he's right next to me. He's going to attack the one.
Okay.
And he and I can communicate because I have speak with animals at will.
Okay.
Because of my UA feature.
Okay, no problem. Go and roll his attack.
All right. He is going to do...
Damn! Look at that shit. Way to go, Rufus.
Yes.
He loves eyeballs.
Eyeballs. They're tasty.
Kibbles and bits. Kibbles and bits. Kibbles and bits.
All right, so
And now the creature needs to beat a DC 11. Or be
Or
knocked
what?
down. Be knocked prone, if it's possible. If this type of creature can be knocked prone, it has to beat a DC.
okay, I rolled.
Okay.
You don't see. Well, you don't see shit. So
Right.
I don't know how to explain this to you.
You don't have...
So Sylvia And also Sylvia
Yeah.
is blind too, isn't he? Sylvia, you'll see the dog run up and kind of sink his teeth into the mound of this thing and kind of shake it back and forth and see an eyeball kind of pop in his mouth.
Yeah.
And City's still in the middle there somewhere swinging away with his great sword. Someone's going to get hit. Anything else, Tobin?
No, that's good for me.
Okay. All right, Silith.
All right, so Sylla's blind, but he knows approximately where the slurpy, screamy, friggin' things are. I'm doing a nice little measurement here. Yeah, it's about 10 feet.
Oh, shit. No, go ahead.
Sorry. I'm surrounded by this, right? So
Yes,
if I
you are.
go... Yeah, I'm surrounded by it. It's impossible to miss. Let's go. Yeah, that's right about there. Sorry, Diddy. Here's a wall of fire. So, starting with the thing that I'm inside, going that way. Maybe I scream a little bit as I do it.
Burn, baby, burn, burn.
You're calling up a wall of fire right there, right?
It's fire breath, really.
Oh, fire
not wall of
breath.
fire.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right, so 19.
So each thing in there, so which makes me really curious if these eyeballs count as separate entities because they'd all have to do it.
Hold on, first I gotta look at something. All right, so that's 4 damage. That's it, really?
Yeah, I rolled
wow.
two
I see
ones
that.
and a 2. Actually, hold on. I can do a thing. Use this card when you hit with an attack. It is automatically a critical hit. I don't know what a critical does for spells. I don't know how that works.
It basically doubles the damage.
Oh, for like 8. Oh, seems lame. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do that then.
All right, so Diddy, go and give me a dex save as well.
Okie dokie. Nope, that didn't work. Try that again.
Is it half damage if they make a success, or is it no damage?
Yeah, half damage on save.
Okay. All right, so you watch as the some of the eyeballs around Diddy kind of catch fire as the rest of it kind of shoots off to the side. And Diddy takes half damage as well.
And what about the one that was sounding me that I just sprayed fire out of?
Oh, yeah.
It probably looks like it's breathing fire at this point.
1 second, let me give that guy damage and do another dex save. And it fails. For 1
Normally I
negative.
take half damage from hostile magic, but are you hostile? I don't know. Doesn't say anything about friends.
It really is friendly fire.
It really is very friendly.
I apologize, guys. I am dragging, and I got 2 kids lying in the other room that just woke up and being crazy. You mind if I call it? Are we playing much longer, Brian?
Well, considering these guys still have a lot of the health left, this encounter could go a little bit longer. But if you guys want to, I can call at this point, and we can pick this back up next week, because we have reached my normal stopping point.
Yeah.
It's up to you
I
guys.
wouldn't mind.
I don't mind.
Or finish it out till
Yeah, let's finish out this
Dr.
round.
P's turn?
Yeah, let's finish out this
finish out
round,
this round.
because there is something important I forgot to do. Silith, are you done with your turn?
No, Silas moving. Silas
Okay.
is moving. With the last place he saw Brevin in them, maybe he runs into Brevin.
Okay.
Attack
That way.
opportunity.
He's going that way.
Okay. You need to give me a con save as you exit that thing's.
Oh, I really suck at these. But as I exit, I still get +4, so... Hey, it's a 12. I'm screwed.
Oh, it's a 12 total. I thought you meant you rolled a 12. All right. So, what do I want to do here? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. You are afflicted with confusion, my friend.
Oh, okay.
4 rounds. 4 rounds of confusion out of Scylla.
Not again!
You want to put... How many
He's
people
gonna
light
wipe
that
the
on
Barbie.
fire?
Let me get one of these
He's
tokens
coming
out
for
here.
me!
Where's my condition token? I don't think I have one for
It
confused.
says it's a wisdom saving throw for...
He's gonna kill Previn and doom us all.
Is it the spell confusion?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It says it's a wisdom saving throw, not a constitution one.
That's there. This character has its own stat block of how this works.
Okay. I'm just reading the roll a d10 at the start of the turn, determine its behavior.
Alright, so Sylith is confused. So we'll deal with that. So 4 rounds. I better put that on this thing. I'll forget that between here and next time.
But just put a 4, yeah.
Okay. Alright, so that's Silith. Brevin is up, and he's freaking out. I was going to... screw it. He's going to just keep hacking away at Usul with 2 short attacks. Where did I put his character sheet? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to go quick. Just got to find all my freaking sheets that I have open. Nope, I don't need Jodell. I don't need Cudwar. I need freaking Brevin. Where is he?
Most people are like 2 hours behind me, or Diddy is first ahead.
Screw it. I'm rolling like this.
About 2 a.m. here, so.
Okay, so 1 more hits. The other one doesn't. For that much damage. He whacks at it again, but doesn't seem to be doing much damage. He's screaming for everybody to get away from these things. And Diddy, you never did drop the bag of food, did you?
I'm going to chuck it at the end of this round.
Okay. Alright, because what I forgot to do the last round is all these guys up here are now out of food. So 1, 2...
The Langoliers are coming.
4, 5...
That's not the eyeball.
6... and 7. Alright, I'm going to roll just a bunch of these so I do this quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, those are all shit except for that last one. And the shit. Oh, there we go. 219, so the last 2. So this one here hits on Diddy. I'm assuming a 19 plus 2. Yeah, 21 and 21.
Yep.
What the hell do these guys do for damage? So it's going to be 6 points of piercing damage on you, Diddy, and 7 on Rufus. As he's saying, he's kind of latch onto you guys, and kind of, you can feel the pricks kind of sticking in you, trying to hit you. The pricks. Ha! Ha! I'm so funny. Okay. Because technically that would have been on it. Let me roll again for you, Diddy, because you were blinded, so you get advantage on it. Oh, and there's a crit. Looky there. So give yourself another 6 points of piercing damage. Rufus was not blind, so they don't get hit. Okay, so that's all.
Is that with the crit damage? Don't you roll twice, or?
It was what I said. 6 the first time and 6 the second time, so a total of 12. What it should have been.
Oh, total 12. All right, because I've got the armor that stops crits, so it's 6 again. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yay. Ugh.
Okay, Sylvia. 25 feet up.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm going to fire a firebolt at that guy. Do spells firebolt. Oops. Come on. There we go. Just make sure that my dice are right. Oh, 3d10 now. Excellent. 3. Okay, there we go. And show me the money.
I'm going to feel it
Alright, so you rain down your firebolt. It comes splashing right between this thing and Silith, but it misses entirely.
Oh, son of a...
Anything else, Sylvia?
You're blind. You don't know it missed.
I'm not blind.
Oh.
No, you're saying you missed, so you're blind.
Fully yeah, I guess that's it.
Okay, Diddy.
Yeah.
Okay, so Diddy uses his free interaction to chuck that bag. He's sort of thinking, now which I don't know where I'm chucking it. He's hoping it goes this way, but he's just given it enough force that it's going to be about 20 to 30 feet away. And then he swings at the monster.
Which one?
Look. The one's right on him, I think.
Okay.
It's the only one he could see. Well, you know. So holy slam twice, eh? Let's see how this goes.
Damn. Oh, disadvantage, right? 13 and 11. Yeah. You're swinging away, and you can't seem to. You're blind, and you're all over you. And as you swing, you're expecting to hear a little bit of or something, but you're getting nothing.
I hear them giggling at me. Little buggers. All right.
Anything else, Diddy?
I'll use my bonus action that if I get hurt by them, I'll just call out, hey, is anyone hurt? Anyone taking damage?
No.
No? I know Rufus is in there, so I'll if I get hurt, Rufus gets the hits back.
Okay. I'll have to make a note of that.
Just use the belt.
Between now and the next session, I will forget that, so make myself a note here. So Diddy activated
the belt.
His belt for Rufus.
Yeah. If I hear any other screams of anybody else and it sounds a lot worse, I'll switch over to that person next.
Did I spell it right? Alright, so that's the end of the round. So we'll go ahead and stop there. We'll pick up on this session here in 2 weeks and see if you guys can get unblinded or survive this round. Okay? Good job on not dropping the bag, Diddy. I appreciate that. I was like, oh, there's only 3 of them going to be attacking them. Well, shit, now there's a lot more.
Well, I've chucked the bag now. I don't know where it went, so here we go.
Oh, yeah, I got to make a note of that as well. So
Yep.
freehand. There's the bag. The bag of stuff, of rats. All right, guys. Any questions, comments, complaints about tonight's session?
I guess we'll see next week, but are those rock things actually hostile to the eyeballs and us, or just us?
You're not blinded, right? You're just paralyzed.
I am now.
Oh, you're blinded now?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have seen that then.
No, I wouldn't. I was just outside the game.
Okay. Well, I can't answer that unless someone really does that and rolls a perception. So.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I think I can still roll a good enough deception with, even with disadvantage.
Right. Oh, I got to remember that you're only held for one more round. I got to make another note. Just filling this thing up with all kinds of notes. Okay, Usul, hold person, 1 round. Okay, any other notes I'm forgetting about? Sylvia's 25 feet up. Tolman's blinded. Diddy's blinded. Who else was blinded? Sylph was blinded and confused now for 4 rounds. Dr. P's still good. Brevin is still good. Damn, this is fun stuff. Sylvia, what's the little token on your icon for?
Mage armor.
Ah, mage armor. Okay, thank you for that. All right.
Yeah.
So again, we'll stop there. Any questions, comments, complaints?
No.
Okay, guys. We'll see you guys again in 2 weeks.
See you there.
All right.
There you go.
All right, guys.
All right, have a good week.
Good night.
Everybody have a